money, honey. All we talk is money. All we talk is money. It's like bees to the honey. Honey, money, honey, money, honey. It's the SOSCAST, baby.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Welcome to the SOSCAST, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get our energy up a little bit. How we feeling out there?
Phenomenal.
Okay, not you, Nat. The ladies.
Sorry.
Amazing.
Okay.
Beautiful. Awesome.
We got Troy Francis in the house. You guys are going to get to know this gentleman in a second. But welcome to the SOSCAST. We got a packed panel for you on the show today. SOSCAST here, only on Valuetainment, the sexiest financial show in the world. This is where finance meets romance. As you know, I'm Adam Sosnick. You can call me Soz. And as we do on every single show out here, our goal, our sole objective, our main purpose in life is to see you guys out there get paid, laid, and do it your way. And today, you know, sometimes we focus on the paid, sometimes we focus on the laid. We're always focusing on doing it your way. But since we have Troy Francis in the house, worldwide dating coach, and we have such lovely ladies here, today ain't about the money. Today ain't about the getting paid. I know that you're all about that life. So am I. So am I. But I'm also about getting laid.
I know you.
And I want you guys to get laid because I don't believe that not having that is a good look. You know, I might have offended the black pill community out there for a second. So today we're gonna go a deep dive to serve you guys some game. If you're like, yo, dude, I came here for the money talks, you're in luck. Because Tuesday, it's gonna be all money. So on Tuesday, it's gonna be all money conversation. So if you wanna learn about game, if you wanna worry about, as the kids call it, the RIZZ these days, all right? You're in luck. So, before we get into today's topics, who was here last episode? Oh, just you and I.
It was me and you, and then we had a whole panel.
We had a whole panel of ladies. It was amazing. We had our buddy Donovan
Sharp
Sharp there. A couple of the ladies didn't agree with Donovan. They didn't agree with him.
Yeah.
I don't agree with some of the ladies. I don't always agree with Donovan, but, you know, respect.
Yeah.
Especially to Donovan. He had a flight issue. He was on the flight, got canceled, this, that, the other. I said, let's just reschedule, but I want to hear what you got to say so bad. I'm going to make an exception for your brother, and we're going to do it via Zoom. So he's all right, we can come via Zoom. He got into it at the end. The show ended abruptly. There was an issue on the production side of things. They stopped the stream. They said stop the stream. I was talking about with Donovan, not the whole stream. So that came out. So luckily, I don't know if you ladies know this, the cameras are always rolling.
Always wild.
The mics are always on. So we have the last couple minutes of the show that we're gonna put out as a short clip. So if you gave super chats and you're like, yo, these motherfuckers don't read my super chats. Oh, we're gonna do a whole show clip for you, baby. Don't worry, you're gonna have your own short clip with super chats. Yes. Oh, these guys stopped the show. They didn't wanna hear what the Donovan had to say. No, we're gonna do that.
Yes.
Okay? I think that's fair.
Fair enough.
Right? Because we believe in fairness.
Yeah.
Here's some of the topics we're gonna get into today, and then we're gonna meet our lovely panel of ladies and the suave gentleman in from the UK, London town. So survey says half of Tinder users don't even want to meet up. Just there to shoot the shit. I'm sure you're gonna have some strong opinions on that. We're gonna go over the top 10 dating apps. I brought up what RIZZ was. Anybody not know what RIZZ means?
No.
I guess it's short for charisma. That RIZZ, that charisma.
Wow.
It's the only reason I exist right now. You think I'm,
RIZZ?
you know, because I got the RIZZ.
Yikes.
IG models reveal how athletes and celebrities slide in their DMs. We're gonna have a conversation about what's going down in the DM. I believe there was a song about that not too long ago. Famous actor talks about why he's not getting married. You're not married, right?
I'm not married.
Okay.
Yet
So
or
you're gonna weigh in
ever?
on that. We're gonna have a conversation about why wives want their husbands to have hoes.
Huh?
Counterintuitive. Very interesting.
Hoes.
Okay. We're going to talk about a very famous TV judge and how she has this stoic, steadfast, loyal husband and what she appreciates about that. We're going to talk about our women and as strong and independent as they present themselves to be, with a shout out to our good friend Andrew Tate. If you never saw that interview on Valuetainment, I mean, Pat and I flew out to Romania. I think the first time it was in Madrid. I think that got like 15 million views already. Then the second one I think has already surpassed that.
Yep.
Check that out if you're one of the few people on the planet that hasn't seen that. We'll talk about the Onlyfans model who went on Piers Morgan, and they had a very interesting conversation about that. And we'll talk about passport bros. And I just made up a new term. I don't know. Somebody tell me if you've done it before. What about passport hoes? I don't know. We'll bring that
Oh,
up.
I like
And
that.
I will say there's one girl that's running late. She said she'd be here soon. I don't know. You know how these girls are.
Yeah.
10 minutes could be an hour. We'll see. But we'll make room for her because we're a friendly environment. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Slow Jams, you alive?
Yes.
Sing a little something for me, baby. Rap a little something.
Okay. Talking about some RIZZ. He wants to know if I'm awake. I'm not smidge. Yeah, and I'm gonna tell her how it is. I know you trying to make it hot like a sis.
What?
Make it pop like a fizz.
What?
I got the magic like a whiz.
Uh-oh.
Sometimes I change my skin like a chameleon or a Liz.
Ooh, I like that.
Speaking like I got a lips.
Oh, she's got it.
Okay, let me stop right
We
here.
bring her, like, anytime that there's a slow moment, that's it. Slow Jams is on where she's rapping.
Yes.
Who's gonna do the beatbox for her, though?
Not me.
Yeah, who's good? Who can say
You got it,
Jamie.
Jamie. Go, Jamie.
So Jamie, what I would say about Jamie, we're gonna meet everybody in a second. Jamie, for a female, she got the RIZZ.
She got that rig.
She also got some tits.
I got it all. I'm the whole
She got it all, the whole
package,
package. All right, relax.
Saying.
Technically, your bunkmate has got
Okay,
the
All right.
personality.
Emily's
But
not here. We
topic.
can't
Anyway,
talk about her tits.
before we meet our guests, before the lovely lady who's running late shows up, whatever
Yeah.
time that is, Nat, you guys know my co-host. How do you guys put the L's in the chat because you love Nat, or she's catching L's? I don't know. She's just learning how to spell. She's just learning how to speak, but she's killing in the game right now.
Yes.
Her buy one get one feet pics are on sale right now on valuetainment.com. They're selling out. One guy bought a toe, so we're gonna
Yes.
need that by the end of the show. Just cut that shit
got
off.
you.
$200 for that toe.
Yes.
But Nat, great to
Yes.
have you here as always.
I am excited for today. Today should be an exciting panel. I know we have one more guest coming in, so that should be an entertaining guest we have. I don't really like late people, but it's okay. We'll accept them this one time. But thank
one
you.
time.
Just one time. But thank you guys for tuning in. It's SOSCAST Day. You know, I always like to say, make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. If I were you, I would definitely be sharing today's episode because it's going to be very entertaining, especially based on the topics that you just shared.
Oh, yeah.
So thank you for that. And then I will be reading all of the super chats. And I see all the L's, and I love you too.
No, I love it. Turning
let's
lemons
get
into
started,
lemonade. Anyway,
yeah.
we do appreciate you guys being here. We know how we do the show for you. How much do you guys pay to watch this show? 0. So if you do actually want to contribute and have your chats read and have your thoughts read, super chat it up. Nat's going to be interjecting whenever we have got super chats. She's been mandated. Speak up when we have good super chats.
Yes.
Don't just wait for me. Like, tell me to.
All right, be quiet.
No,
we
no, we
already
don't play
have a
that game
super
on
chat.
my show. Okay.
We already have one.
We'll do that in a sec.
Okay.
Okay, now let's meet our lovely panel here.
Yes.
You know they say ladies first. You know how that goes?
And?
Not when there's one other dude on the panel. Special guest in the house, Troy Francis, writer, dating coach, helping men achieve success in their dating lives all the way in from London.
Absolutely, man.
Thank you for being here, man.
Thank you for having me, Adam. I'm a big fan of the show.
Thank you, brother.
It's great to be here. Setup looks amazing. And yeah, do you want me to do a little intro?
Yeah.
Troy Francis.
So usually what we do is we're
Yep.
gonna ask all the ladies. You know, since you're the one guy, you're gonna get special priority. We're gonna ask all the ladies
Male
what you do
privilege.
for work, like how you make that money, and your relationship status.
Okay, yeah. So basically, my name is Troy Francis. I'm a dating coach. I've been doing dating coaching and creating content about dating, sexual marketplace, et cetera, for about 10 years, since about 2013. I started off, actually, you mentioned Donovan before. So myself and Donovan Sharp, we used to write for an online journal called Return of Kings, which was like a men's, it was by Rush V, who was a sort of famous dating kind of writer at the time.
Familiar.
Yeah, so we used to write for that, and I used to write like a game article every week about, you know, I'd gone out, I'd met some girls, some things had gone well, some things hadn't gone well. Here's my conclusions. Did that every week. Then I started creating more content, started doing like YouTube, started to do a show with Rollo Tomasi and Rich Cooper, which is called Rule Zero.
Nice.
And
Shout out to Rich Cooper. That's my guy up in Canada. And obviously shout out to Rollo Tomasi, friend of
Yeah.
the show, friend of mine, been here a dozen times.
Absolutely, yeah.
Colleagues, friends, for sure.
Absolutely, man. So started working with those guys on that, started doing my own sort of video type content, and, you know, it just goes from there. But basically, in terms of the money side of things, so I coach guys worldwide. So like, for example, next week in Miami, I'm working with a couple of guys. Previous to that, I was in Istanbul, in Turkey, working with a couple of guys there. Before that, I was in Poland, in Warsaw. So it kind of,
Internationally known on the microphone, literally.
absolutely, man. Different area codes, hoes in different area codes. So,
and gentlemen that need help in all different area codes.
Absolutely, man.
Do you think that guys need more help than ever? Like 10 years ago when you started,
Yeah.
do you think guys are more hindered in the marketplace these days since the advent of dating apps, Instagram, or was it more of a challenge back then?
No, man, I think it's got 100 times worse.
Really?
Not 100 times worse, sorry, 100 times harder.
Harder.
I think it's definitely got harder.
Really?
And I think we could get into the whys and wherefores. I think there's a number of reasons. I think the dating apps and Instagram are a big factor.
Wow.
I also think that guys are kind of a bit too simpy these days as well. And they're not really bringing that kind of masculine energy into the interactions that they're having. So that's not helping them either. So I think there's a sort of a combination of like cultural things that are going on. But that's what we do,
Yeah.
We're just trying to help these guys. I also obviously write. I do online courses as well.
So we're going to be helping these guys out there. You're going to be, people usually pay for this advice.
Absolutely.
But it's free game out here on SOSCAST at Valuetainment, all right? So thank you for
Absolutely.
being, and what's your relationship status?
Single.
Single.
Now, people are going to say, oh, how can you teach dating if you're single? The reality is, we can get into this as well. Monogamous
Yeah.
relationships, they're a bit tricky, especially if you're someone who travels a lot, especially if you're somebody who, likes a bit of variety in life, which I kind of do. I was in a monogamous relationship with a girl a couple of years ago. We split up, and since then, I haven't wanted to get into anything more serious. So, date people here and there, but nothing
Gotcha.
serious.
So we're going to get into all that and then some throughout the show today. But I'm glad you're here, brother.
Thank you.
Let's meet the ladies. To your right, my left, Amy's back. Amy Dangerfield.
Hello.
High ticket saleswoman.
Yes, that's me.
Yes.
Hello.
Welcome back. We had a little incident a second ago, but you're back
Yeah.
looking fresher than ever, dried up.
Thank you, thank you.
It's raining outside, guys.
Hopefully not that
Okay, Miami, it rains in the summertime. Amy, welcome back.
Thank you.
What's new in your life?
What's
Any new man in your life? Any new jobs in your life? Fill us in.
No new man, no new job. I did just get back from a trip on the West Coast, though. That was awesome. I got to actually meet Rollo Tomasi. We were just talking
Nice.
about him. And
Godfather.
Michael Sartain for the first time. And, I've been watching their content for months and months now. So it was awesome actually being there, engaging in real conversations versus, watching it on my screen. That was really cool.
Rollo's
Learned a
looking
lot.
jacked now, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He
He's
was
like,
he
yeah,
was looking
seriously,
pretty
like,
jacked. Yeah,
yeah, man.
100% for sure.
Rollo is?
Yeah.
Nice,
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
I guess he's been in the gym, but we also went to slam ball like the next day.
What is
Not
that?
sure.
Slam ball?
It's literally
The
like
basketball thing with the,
basketball
yeah.
literally meets football because they
Trampolines.
can tackle on
Yeah.
trampolines.
Sick sport.
I've never been a sports person
Yeah.
until that day. That was a lot of fun.
Nice.
And I was on the Whatever podcast as well. So that was
How'd that go?
It was really cool. A lot of fun. I literally just got back like yesterday or the day before. So
Well, welcome back. We're
Thank
glad you're
you.
here.
Thank you so
See?
much.
She's also internationally known on the microphone.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Jamie's here.
Jamie.
Jamie Lee Simmons, friend of the
What's
show.
up?
We're big fans of her. She's got that RIZZ.
I have
And
so much Riz.
so
I'm
much
gonna
RIZZ.
teach you some things.
How much risk have you
Oh,
got?
Jamie's gonna teach Troy something.
No, I'm just kidding. Maybe.
What's new with you? It's been probably like a month or so
It's
since I've
been-
seen you.
I haven't.
Your hair's still red.
My hair's still red.
Yeah.
I
Attitude's
still have my
still on
butthole
point.
the internet.
Your skin looks great.
You still have what?
I still have my butthole on the internet.
Oh, it's still out there?
You know.
Because I was Googling that thing. I saw a lot of different options. I
Listen,
didn't
I
see
pay
yours.
a lot of lawyers
Did a lineup.
to get the leaks down.
Nice.
But yeah.
Tell people what you do, how you make all that money.
So I'm a stand-up comedian. I am the co-host of the Two Girls, One Blunt podcast. Sex, comedy, redheads, and weed. It's all you need.
Nice.
And yeah, we've been doing great. We just opened up for Rachel Wolfson. She was on Jackass, the first female on Jackass,
Wow.
on Friday at Gramps in Wynwood. So that was a lot of fun. The podcast is killing it.
Congrats.
Comedy's going great.
Nice.
So since you brought up your butthole,
Yeah.
are you still doing OnlyFans?
Yeah,
How's that going?
great.
Are you making more or less money than when you started?
More.
That's my girl.
Is the podcast bringing more people in?
Yeah,
You
so,
promote via the
so
podcast.
basically
Yep.
what I do, the only reason I'm on OnlyFans is to invest into the podcast.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, yeah.
that way we were able to grow really quickly. We were able to travel and get big
Yeah.
guests on and have like, I don't know, professional equipment and look
Yeah.
legit.
So you hear that, guys?
So
Start your business so it can fund
Yeah,
your
and then-
entertainment.
and that's
your
growing to the
podcast.
point where I
don't
won't
do the
need
other
to
way
do it.
around.
yeah, one day I'll quit OnlyFans because the podcast will be making money, and then that's a sacrifice.
We'll see
I was
if you end
willing
up
to
quitting.
make.
We'll see. I don't know. But we're gonna have that conversation today. We have a newcomer on the show today, Tatiana. Tatiana from Long Beach.
Yes.
She's out here in Miami now.
Yes.
So what's your story? What do you do for work? I don't know anything about you.
So I work in real estate, pre-construction.
The old I'm a hot girl in real estate thing. I've seen that. You ever seen the
My
meme?
stereotype.
You're a bottle girl, you're a bartender, you're a waitress, then you're a realtor. Real estate goes down, you go into Onlyfans, all of a sudden you're back in real estate. It's very slippery slope right there.
He just told me
Anyway,
my
how's the
future.
real estate market?
I'm just
Did I
kidding.
just do
What'd you
what?
say? No, I'm just.
Did I nail it?
I was like, you just told me my future. I'm kidding though.
Look me in the eyes, I'll tell you your future. There it is. So how's the real estate market?
Mortgage rates are really high right now.
Yeah. What are the
But I
current
work
mortgage
mostly
rates
in-
right now?
High.
What are the numbers?
7.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I work mostly in pre-construction, so all those buildings that they're building, I sell the units before they actually build them.
Pre-construction sales.
Yes.
That's how you get in on the ground floor.
Yeah, and you make more commission. You get 6% as opposed to 3. So
That's right, because there's no buyer to negotiate. Because
exactly,
That's
there's
how
no
it
listing
works.
agent. You got to go half with. So
And then, what's your relationship status?
single.
Single. Single looking to mingle, or single by choice?
I mean, I'm not opposed to it, but I'm not like actively out there looking for it. You know, if it comes, it comes. When I'm ready to go look for it,
Yeah.
I know I can go get it.
Well, that's the beautiful
But-
thing about girls, especially if you're attractive. You don't got to go look for it. It'll find
Yeah,
you.
exactly.
They will come up to you.
Exactly.
Right, Nat?
Yes.
Okay. Say what's up to Chet.
Hi, Chad.
Okay. Slow Jams is back. My
Slow
favorite
Jam.
rapper on the show.
Yes.
Because she's the only one. But she's got skills. She pays the bills. Degrees pay fees. Skills pay the bills. You know how she flows.
Okay.
Sometimes these hoes, they don't know, so we got to educate them on these types of shows.
All
I don't know. I just made that up. That's not even on the cue card, y'all. That is not even on the cue card. That's just how I do. Anyway,
This is an
Slow
album
Jam.
in the making.
This is a what?
An album in the making.
SOS and Slow Jams. The duet. So I was really impressed by your perspective last show. You kind of got that, like, you know, I just smoked a blunt, but I don't smoke weed vibe, so you can't figure out where I'm coming from. So I don't know. You keep it slow, but you can also rhyme fast. What's new in your world?
So, I freshly hit my hand about 2 hours ago on my new car.
Oh.
So
I didn't hear any of that.
I said I freshly hit my hand about 2 hours ago on my new car trying to close the door.
Hit your hand.
Yeah,
Yes.
really hard. So
Oh, wow.
She got
So
some
Pixie,
ice.
help her out.
So
Hold the
that's
goddamn
that.
cup for her, bro.
No, you're okay, Pixie.
Okay.
I just left from LA last week, my first time out there. I spoke to some people that were looking at me for a long time. And so I'm just
Nice.
excited about it. I don't look excited, but I'm
All
very
you talent
excited.
scouts out there, hit her up. Everyone's
Yeah.
Instagrams and socials are going to be in the description below if you're looking for talent.
And the club I used to work at, they just launched this platform called StripperFans. And a lot of people are on it right now. So, and it pays out higher than Onlyfans. So if you want to go
Ooh.
jump on StripperFans, go hop on it right away. If you have any questions, you can ask me in person if you know me and just.
So, stripper and rapper.
Former stripper, not yet a full-time rapper. I'm still a 9-to-5er.
So you're kind of like her, the real estate, you never
yeah,
know,
you
the
could catch me
modeling
in the
thing.
cubicle, maybe on the pole, maybe in the booth.
So I'm going to make the assumption that Cardi B is a major inspiration.
Yeah, she has like a great Cinderella come-up story when it comes
So let me
to
actually
that.
ask you a question. I think it might be Cardi B, could be Megan Thee Stallion, I don't know. But I know the line where they say, broke boys don't deserve no pussy, and then everyone goes, I know that's right. Who sings that song?
Cardi B.
Okay, it is Cardi B.
All the women in the world
And
sing that song.
All the women in the world.
Every woman in the
And that's
world.
what I want to ask you. So let's just, de-hip hop this. Broke boys don't deserve no. And all the girls will say, basically, if you have no money, you're not getting any ass. Yes?
Yes.
Did we just decipher this? Did we decode this?
I think it was already
But
decoded.
what if they
Okay, it was
eat
already
good
decoded. It's
pussy?
already
Yeah.
established fact.
Yeah.
Guys, today we're not focusing on a lot of money today, but read between the lines here, y'all. Make that money, save that money.
Yeah.
Or ladies, tall, short, fat, round, short, hot, black, brunette, they're not giving you no ass.
Yeah.
Okay, get that money right. Okay, Slow Jams, did I encapsulate that okay for you?
If I agree, maybe, but
Okay.
yeah, that's what it
Well,
is.
here's what I do know. If you are a stripper, any stripper out there, do you go to the guy with money or the guy who's just buying drinks and doesn't give you any money?
Of course she goes, you gotta work, baby.
Follow the money, FTM. We all know this stuff. And your relationship status these days? That sigh right there.
That
So many
smile.
things that could come out of her mouth right now. That sigh.
Smile.
I'm occupied.
Occupied.
With one person right now. Yeah, I'm with one person.
I'm sure the guy who heard that is really happy to hear that.
Heartwarming.
Occupado. Nice. We got Pixie on.
Pixie.
I've seen you online before. I believe I've seen you on Fresh and Fit.
Yeah,
You're
I've
friends with
been
Troy?
Yeah.
Yeah, we know each other. Yeah, we met on Fresh and Fit a while back. So
Nice.
yeah.
Well, what's your story? You seem very pleasant, but I also feel you get yelled at a lot.
I do get
I'm gonna do my best
not.
not to yell at you. So what the fuck is your deal?
You look so nice.
Sorry about that. What's your deal,
So nice.
Pixie?
Well, currently I'm just streaming online. I want to find a more 9-to-5 job, but until then, I'm just online, going on these podcasts, talking, meeting new people,
Okay.
having new experiences.
So just define going online.
I just stream politics. I literally just put up a title, people jump on my chat, we talk about life, we talk about news, we talk about everything.
Nice. So how do you make money?
People send me money through Twitch.
Really?
We're talking about stuff, yeah.
Hell of a business model.
Damn, not even any feet pics?
No, no feet pics.
Okay.
She's reassessing her whole life in a feedback situation.
Like, am I in the wrong career?
Yeah. Awesome. They just send her money. And your relationship status?
I'm single as a Pringle.
Ready to mingle?
Single as a Pringle.
I don't know if I'm ready to mingle. We'll see.
Okay, we'll
Okay.
see. Keep making that money online. Last but not least, we got Cristi Prades in la casa. She's a writer here at Valuetainment,
Yes.
and we're happy to have you on the show. What's your deal? What's your story? I know you were living in New York, Broadway, all that and then some. Give it to me.
Yeah, so I am a singer, dancer, actress. I was a Broadway performer for some time. I did performing arts professionally for 10 plus years, and then COVID had everyone in a way sort of pivot. So I moved back to Miami from New York, got to spend some time with my family, and found you guys, and it's been really, really nice working alongside you guys, growing and learning and being creative and meeting amazing people like you guys. It's been nice to be here and experience this with you guys.
Well, welcome to
Thank
the
you.
show.
Thanks.
And what's your relationship status?
I am in a relationship.
Okay, how long?
Yes. It's going to be 2 years now.
Wow.
Yeah. we're
Congratulations.
getting
I met him at the Super Bowl
Thanks.
party.
Yeah, you did.
Rockstar kind of a
T.
dude.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Super
Rock
cool
on,
dude.
brother.
He's an artist as well.
Give him a shout out on the camera right
What's
now.
up, T? I know if you're watching or if you're working, we're here. We love
Okay.
you.
Last but not least, does Malik have a camera?
Malik!
My guy. The ebony to my ivory. The MC Hammer to my vanilla ice. We got Malik in the house. It's a pleasure to have my man on. Sometimes we'll go out there. We filmed at Ultra, my camera guy. We filmed at Tortuga, my camera guy. You know, some girl says, I'm like, you into white boy? She's like, I like the dark skin. I said, how about Malik doing? So they've been dating for a while. Congratulations, bro.
Nice.
Malik, what's up? Welcome back.
We can't hear you.
Yeah, Mike, that's a microphone, Malik. Show them how it's done.
Thanks for having me. I'm glad to be back.
Yeah, well, we're glad to have you back. Anyway, how you make your money? What's your relationship status? Give it to me, Malik.
I'm in a relationship. Sorry, everybody. I work
That's that Riz, yo! Read up.
I work in production of entertainment. I do a little bit of everything here. So today I decided to help out with SOSCAST.
That's right.
Let's go.
Go, Malik.
We're always lucky to have Malik on. Malik's got he's got that stoicism, which we'll talk about today. He's always got a great attitude. The one day that I saw Malik have a bad attitude, remember that? Not a bad attitude. It was just like you looked down. It was that one day in PBD's set. I was like, dude, Malik, you okay, bro? You look a little down. And what did you say?
I said, I'm good. Everything's good. I can't complain about nothing.
What he said is, every day alive, every day I'm on this earth is a good day. I can't complain about nothing.
Beautiful.
I was
Very
like, oh,
nicely
damn.
said.
So anyway, Malik's album is dropping pretty soon.
Go, Malik.
Him and Slow Jams and me.
Yeah.
Respect, guys. Anyway, thanks for all the introductions. Great to have you guys here. Especially great to have Troy here. Nat, anything you need to do before I can start the show? Any super chats we want to do? We want to wait on that? Do you want to, any announcements? Anything that we got to do?
I think I can wait on some of this. Actually, let's just read the super chats because let's just get this party started.
Get the party started, and then
okay.
we'll go right into the first topic.
So we have the first guy, which is Rido. I mean, person. I'm not sure if you're a guy or a girl. It said, final super chats from last show is going to be read. We already announced that. We will have a short clip out to read all those chats. Then we have actually Angela Knight in the chat. Shout out to you. We miss you. I love you, girl. She said,
where's she at?
She couldn't make it today. She had something come up, but she will be back. So you guys stay tuned to have her back. She said, I see Rolo in the chat being a gossip girl. I challenge you to take off the bandana so we can see the hairline or civil debate. Or have a civil debate.
Oh,
so
that's a little interesting.
Or
we can talk shit about you or have a civil debate.
Civil debate, so I can school you straight into retirement.
Why would you say that?
I'm not too sure, but I'm here to read all the super chats, everybody.
Rolo is a legend. He's not retiring anytime soon, and apparently he's in better shape than ever.
Yeah, and then we have Brian Harris. He just gave us some money. You know, I'm always a lover of money. Thank you for that.
No comment, just money?
No comment,
Thank you,
just
Pixie,
money.
for basically indoctrinating some of
We appreciate that.
That's kind of
some $5. I think $5. Then we have Don Juan Plagacero. We see you. Shout out to you. He said, bring Conovan Sharp back so we can see his uncollaborated individual so people can learn how not to hold frame. Francis is here. Finally wears fancy. Then we have the last chat, and then we will get onto the show. We have International Asshole. He said...
That was me, by the way. What did I say? Go ahead.
The question for the ladies, if 90% of the men in America was average 5'8", making 50 grand, would you travel out the country to find a man?
Ooh, we're going to have that conversation.
Yes,
hold
stay
that,
tuned.
hold that question.
I will hold that question,
By the way,
International Asshole.
who was the asshole? What was his name?
International Asshole.
Okay,
For the
so it's not even just
passport
a
bros.
local asshole. It's not in the country. It's not a domestic
He's a
asshole.
passport
He's an
asshole.
asshole who is
He's a
everywhere.
passport asshole.
He's a passport asshole. And his question was what?
His question was, if 90% of the men in America were average 5'8", making 50 grand, would you travel out the country to find a man?
All right.
That's
we will
the
bring that
question.
up for International Asshole. You're going to have to wait till the international end of the show when we have that discussion.
Awesome.
Anyway, let's get this party started. So, as I said in the opening, since Troy's here, and since we have some major money experts coming on Tuesday, we're going to be talking more about money, the finance component of things. Today's going to be all about the romance side of things, the relationship side of things, what's going on these days in the intersexual dynamic world out there. So here's actually a story that was very intriguing when you actually think about it. Survey says half of all Tinder users don't want to meet offline, okay? So in a survey of 1,000 Tinder users, half said they were not interested in meeting offline, not trying to hang out. And 2/3 were either married or in a relationship, okay? In other words, online dating has basically turned into a source of like entertainment, self-esteem, and as we all know from Instagram, attention.
I wonder how it broke down by gender though. When it says half of the users didn't want to meet, was that the female half? And then the male half are all thirsty and they're like, oh, I want to meet in real life. And the
Great
female
point.
half are all... So it'd be kind of interesting to know, wouldn't it?
Well,
Pull that
today,
article
I
up
feel
real
like it's
quick,
definitely
Malik.
both parties.
Malik, pull that
'Cause,
article up real quick. Let's see if they say that in the article.
And people identify as anything today anyway.
Right.
Okay. Half of all Tinder users don't want to date. Pull this up. Nat, can you see this?
I can see
I
it.
feel
You know,
I think, I mean...
Scroll down, Malik.
It says...
Let's see if it says that. If it breaks it down, punch in a little bit.
Chrissy, I can't.
Roughly
input.
1,000
Go here.
Tinder users.
Read here, Nat.
It says...
Nat, here.
1,000 Tinder
it says
users.
roughly
What kind of statistic is
1,000
this?
Tinder... Where is it at the top? Just
Tinder
break
users,
the
17 to
popularity.
84. To 84.
You know, all those 84-year-olds on
who's-
Oh, I
Tinder.
see it.
Oh,
It says
wild.
Who's rizzing 84-year-olds?
1387 English speaking.
You'd be
I know,
surprised, brother.
some guys.
84-year-olds like, I don't want to go on a date. Like,
Yeah.
babe, you have no option.
Here we go. On average, study participants rated their overall satisfaction on Tinder as 2.3 on a 4-point
Oh,
scale.
It
doesn't
breaks
say-
it down male or female.
Yeah.
It doesn't break it
I
down.
don't
But the
see
thing
it.
Doesn't
is...
break it
What
down.
is
Good
it,
point,
GPA?
Troy.
But the thing is...
What's your guess? Yes.
Well, so anecdotally, and I know people like studies. Anecdotally, it seems like a lot of guys that I deal with, who I work with, they'll say, "Yeah, I'm on Tinder. I get these girls, you know, they're chatting, we're having a conversation, and then they ghost, and they don't want to meet up, and they're there for attention." So if I had to guess, I would guess that more of these people who don't want to meet up are women, and they're kind of on there because they're checking out the market. Maybe they got a boyfriend, and they're just sort of like having a look around for a sneaky little backup plan. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't see why a guy is going to be on a dating app.
Because most guys are pussies.
Well, that's
they talk to a girl and then they're like.
But that's another.
What do I do now?
What do you mean by pussies?
There's just a lot of men on there also, because I've been on dating apps and I have friends on dating apps where they will like swipe, they'll get the dopamine hit of like being like, okay, this person wants me, and then it's on to the next conversation. But most people on there are like, hi, what's up? Unless you're gonna be openly like, that you immediately have banter, like the conversation's dead. So I would say majority of people don't meet up because the majority of people have zero substance.
It's really interesting because the point about men being pussies is a really important point.
I didn't say girls aren't pussies either.
No, but in a wider
hopefully they have one, but okay.
Yeah, in a wider context, the point about masculinity and about testosterone and all that's really important, I think, in this current dating market. But it does kind of boggle my mind because Tinder or a dating app is the lowest fucking, really
point of
risk of like. I just can't understand that mentality of a guy being on a dating app and thinking, oh yeah, okay, I've been matched, and then not wanting to even try and take it further. Because even if you message her and you say, oh, well, okay, let's talk on WhatsApp, and then she just ghosts you or whatever, it's not the end of the world, is it, man? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, it's not like getting rejected at the bar where she's like, I'm good. You're like, oh, okay.
Right.
Exactly, because the main thing that I teach is in person, in real life, meeting. And that's my favorite. I think it's more authentic. I think it's more natural. It's more powerful, that interaction that you have. But look, I mean, dating apps, that's the way the world is now. But it's kind of crazy that the amount of rejection that a guy has to suffer on a dating app is minimal compared to, like you said, at the bar, isn't it?
Oh,
I mean, so
there's nothing worse than, not that this has ever happened to me, ladies.
Yeah.
Going up to a girl, having to muster up the courage.
Yeah.
You're looking at the girl. All right, cool. Who's she with? I don't know. She with a guy. She's with her friends. I'm not gonna go up to 4 girls. All right, cool. All right, I'm gonna walk across the bar. What am I gonna say? I don't know. Is she gonna like me? Is she gonna not? I don't know. You're all up in your head. You're sweating. I don't know. Is it the drugs? I don't know what I'm thinking right now. And then you're like, you go up, and then maybe you say a good line. You butcher the line. You don't know. You don't remember what you're saying. And then she's just like, hey, I have a boyfriend. And you're just like, you're like, bitch, you have no idea. I've been over contemplating this for 10 minutes. And in 3 seconds, you're just like, cut me off.
Man, I think me and Adam, I think we need some sympathy here from the people at home because how hard it is for us, for guys in general. Because women, I tell you what, the marketplace out there is fucking brutal now.
Yeah.
Absolutely brutal. And this is why guys in general have such difficulty in this area. And it's kind of weird because this dating coach stuff, this game stuff, has been talked about for over 20 years in its modern iteration, right? The information is all out there, and people say, well, why does it still need to be taught? Well, the reality is most men still don't get it. That's why it needs to be taught. You know what I'm saying? So,
and women wonder why, like, guys, you maybe have that, like, oh, he's a dog. He looks at every girl. It's like, well, look, I made my money doing sales, and I decided to start making cold calls.
Yeah.
And they would just say, pick up the phone, smile, and dial. All right, cool. Do you think I just called one client?
Yeah.
I think I just was like, yeah, I made my... Dude, I had to make 500 calls in a day. Boom, 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 boom. Sales, I say this all the time, is a lot like dating. You got to go out, you got to hit options. Like, it's a law of large numbers, law of averages. Yes. Thank you.
Every no, you're closer to a yes.
Exactly. Every no is closer to yes. Amazing. So, and what you find in sales and also in dating, the more sales calls you make, the more you deal with the rejection. It's not even a big deal. Dude,
exactly.
It's my 100th call that hung out with me. And the girl that's like, you're like, yeah, I'm good. I'll just go talk to this girl. I'm good.
And then
it rolls off your back.
Your vibe gets better. And then your RIZZ gets better as a result of... So you can go to the club. Actually, Myron talked about this. He used to talk about this back in the day. He would say... He would go to the club in Miami before he was famous or whatever, and he would talk to sometimes 40 or 50 girls in the night.
Yeah.
Not because he was getting probably... He could have got phone numbers and stuff. He was looking for like sort of kind of fun pretty quickly, or he was looking for girls who were showing him immediate interest. If they didn't show him immediate interest, he'd be like, okay, on to the next one. 40 or 50 girls in the night. Do you know what I mean? You have to be doing that volume.
Damn, that's a lot of work.
Yeah, but keep in mind, and I say this. That's the life of a guy, ladies and gentlemen. And by the way, we're going to weigh in on this. We're going to have you ladies weigh in a second, but I'll say this. Keep in mind, Myron's a 6'3", in shape, good-looking, black guy, light skin, like doing his thing, has game, is smart, is intelligent, literally knows the rules of the game.
Yeah.
And he is still like, all right, what do I got to talk to with the numbers? So imagine the guy in the example you gave that's just average height, average income, no game, no RIZZ, like what's going through his head. So I think it's incumbent, I think the amazing thing about a man is like, I always say like the most unfortunate thing out there is an ugly woman. Like if you're an ugly woman,
You're done.
like you better go like figure out, like make some money so you can buy some new shit. Face,
Or learn
titties,
how to
whatever
suck
it
dick
is.
and make a
But
sandwich.
for a guy, you don't have to, or make a sandwich for sure. But if you're a guy, you can make more money, you can learn more game, you can have more charisma, you can have a great network.
And be ugly.
Like, you can even be ugly. All that, there's still avenues for you to succeed in life and with women. And that's the amazing thing about being a man, is that even a man starts at a clean slate. It's like, figure out your path, bro.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
This is so self-evident, and I wonder if any of the women on the panel would dispute it, because for me, I really don't understand when people they can't come to grasp with the concept that men and women are different. And exactly that example you just gave, you have to go and vet, 40, 50 women in a night to have a potential of one? Like, woman.
That's for a sort of a one night thing. I'm sure
I
there were
got
other
you.
women that liked him, but it was just to.
I got you.
Yeah.
But by comparison,
Yeah.
any woman, even an average, a mid-looking woman, since that
Yeah.
word is all the rage nowadays, a mid-woman could go walk into any bar and go get laid tonight.
Exactly. yeah.
Easily. And
Yeah.
yet women say it's not different. It's comparable, a man with a high body count versus a woman.
But-
it's not comparable at all, because what is worth having doesn't come easy.
But is that because women are mainly looking at the top percentile of men? So there are some women I've seen on these shows who think that it's as easy for men as it is for women in the dating marketplace. But they're thinking about someone like Justin Waller, and they're like, yeah, man, it's just easy. He just walked in the club. And they almost completely disregard the 80% or whatever, majority percentile it is of guys who are kind of average dudes.
Right.
And they don't really understand the experience that those guys have.
Yeah, and
I think there's a lot of average women though. You know what I mean?
They'll
Like,
still
I feel
get
like,
laid.
I think it's
Still get
hard
laid,
on
Average
both
women-
sides. Like
I
women
think
are
it's
going
easy.
out to get fucked. Men are going out to get fucked. So our issue,
To
yeah,
fuck,
we could
not
go
get.
to any guy and talk to them and go home and get laid. But like, what guy's gonna like take care of us
Yeah,
emotionally?
'cause men and women are
And
looking
what's
for
gonna-
different
guy's gonna protect
things.
you and
Yeah.
like be safe. That is very hard. So you have to talk to 150 dudes compared to 40 women in a night to
Yeah.
even find somebody that might be emotionally intelligent enough to make you feel safe in that
Well,
way.
hold on. Let me. Well, you brought up Justin Waller, so let me say one thing, and then I'm gonna ask the ladies the questions on the panel. I said to Justin Waller, it's the same thing I said to my buddy, 6'9", multimillionaire, NBA player, one of my best friends. And this
Where's
is
he at?
Yeah. Well, this is 10 years ago, and he's like, "Listen, guys, here's how it's done. Okay, all you gotta do is walk in the bar, stand on the wall, make eye contact with a girl, and just give her one of these, and that's all you gotta do." I'm like, yeah, when you're fucking 6'9", everyone knows who you are, you're on the cover of tabloids. Yeah, it's a little easier that. It's like, I want to hear what the 5'7" bald broke dude is doing to get laid. Like, I want to hear his story, because that guy's got to work.
He moves
And I brought
fast.
this up to Justin Waller, and I said, listen, Waller, some people will say, you're a good-looking guy, 6'3",
Yeah,
fit,
yeah.
you're hanging with the Tates, you're like, you're a known guy. And he goes, yeah, but you think this came easy? He's like, because there's another version of me out there who's 50 pounds overweight, never made money, never learned self-confidence, never learned game. That version of me is out there. So this comes down to my point, is guys can figure it out and figure out their lifestyle. Now, you might be a 7 that goes to a 10. You might be a 3 and go to a 7, but there's always self-improvement for a man.
Yeah, no, I completely
Troy.
agree. Completely co-sign that. Completely agree with that. And the other thing about say Justin Waller is he's also got RIZZ. He's also got that. It's not just looks. It's not just height. He's got that personality as well. And but those are all things that can be developed. Like, any guy can work out.
For sure.
Any guy can go to Turkey and get his legs broken and get up to
thing.
6'3". Apparently.
Troy, any guy can just go break his legs, implant some rods. And
No, man.
Okay.
Listen. I don't recommend that. I don't recommend that to anybody out there. But apparently there is surgery now.
Yeah, I've heard
leg
about
lengthening
that.
surgery. No, don't do that. Don't do that. But any guy can work on himself and improve himself, improve his financial situation, improve his, there's
Fully
so much
agree.
you can work on, right?
Fully agree. So, ladies, here's the deal. So we started off basically saying the Tinder situation, half of all people on Tinder aren't even trying to meet up in real life, 2/3 in relationships. Troy pointedly pointed out, like, look, it's probably women out there just wasting dudes' times out there. So let's focus on the dating app side of things. Okay, by the way, here are the top 10 dating apps, okay?
Oh.
Number 1, Tinder. Number 2, Bumble. Number 3, OkCupid. 4 is Hinge. 5 is Match.com. 6 is Grindr. I know you're on that one, buddy. Okay, cool. And then 7 is like the female version of Grindr. That's Her. So the gays and lesbians, they're doing their thing out there. 8 is eHarmony. I feel like that's like maybe like older, more nice people. 9 is Facebook dating. I thought that was just Instagram. And then 10 is where coffee meets bagel. That's probably my Jewish friends out there. But we all know that Instagram is probably the biggest.
Where's
dating
TaskRabbit?
app.
Because I'm looking for a dude to build some shit.
I need a dildo ASAP. So these are the top 10 dating apps. So
No wonder why people don't go meet outside with all these dating app options.
and these are just the top 10. I would stop the show right now just reading all the dating app that are out there.
Oh my gosh.
So ladies, let's start with this. What dating apps are you on, Amy?
I've never been on a dating app. I've downloaded Tinder once, and it didn't work out because for some reason my phone number was still attached to the previous person who had my phone number, so their name was attached to it. So anytime I started a conversation, I literally started it by saying, hey, I know it says my name is this, but my name is actually this.
Yeah, red flag.
Yeah. and then
I know it says Bill, but it's really Amy. Okay,
I got
guys.
those reactions a couple of times, and then I just deleted the app, and I've literally never been on since. For me,
So
I'm a very old school person. I've always met people either in person,
Good.
through network. I'm a great networker.
Helps when
She's
you're
a
a
high
hot
quality
chick.
woman. She's a high quality woman, not on the app. Not on the app.
Exactly.
Thank you.
So, you're saying that a high quality woman is not on apps?
No, I was being
Okay.
I was being a bit sarcastic because that gets said a lot in the space.
But is that
doesn't it?
truth? There's some truth to that?
No, I don't think so necessarily. I think you can meet all kinds of people.
My mom's on a dating app, bro. She's looking for a... I'm just kidding.
No, I think
I'm
you can meet all kinds of people on the dating apps. I also think, by the way, the idea that you can never meet anybody of quality in the club is not true. I'm not saying if you want to get married and you want to find your perfect sort of Christian girl, the club is the first place to look. Of course not. But regular girls go to the club.
I met my first wife in a club. That's why she's my first wife. So.
Makes sense. I mean, it could be said the same of
I learned
dating
from
apps
that.
for sure. You could coincidentally meet high quality people there, but it's like, if you're a fisherman and you're going after a certain type of fish, you're probably going to go to the locality where that fish generally exists, right? You might randomly, cast a line and one of them gets caught up in there, but...
Well, put it this. Sorry, I don't want to hold up the flow here, but put it this way. I reckon that guys, because of what we've already discussed, guys need to open up their funnel for dating as much as possible. So I think doing
no doubt
cold approach in real life, absolutely. In Whole Foods, you see the girl, go and talk. In the club, bit of dating app action, bit of social circle, everything.
I fully agree. It's almost like, okay, you have your main job, real life, but you also got some side hustles out there, some extra cash that you're trying to make. So you have real life, but if you're a busy guy, all right, and you're like, dude, I don't even have time to go out there. I don't have time to socialize. Yeah, I would encourage you to be on the dating apps. For the record, if you did go on one of the dating apps of these top 10, what would be your first choice?
Christian mingle.
Christian mingle. Nice. Yeah, I would never meet you. I'd be on the Jamie, you said that you're on the dating apps.
Yeah,
but the guys are the pussies.
No.
Right, that's your
No,
comedy.
I'm not on dating apps.
You're not on?
I was the only person you asked who was in a relationship.
Oh, you're in a relationship now? You didn't say that.
Because you didn't ask, and you just
I
assumed.
asked everyone the
Adam,
same
you were
exact
like-
question. You know what's going on. So you're in a relationship now.
Yeah,
Who's the lucky girl?
the lucky girl.
Oh.
It's an AI bot. I customize her to exactly what I'd like.
So there's a guy.
Yeah,
All right. And how long has this been going on?
not long.
Yeah, I know, because you were here a month ago and then we weren't in a relationship. So stop acting like I knew this. Okay, so congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay. Is it serious or is it just kind of getting started?
It's getting started.
So
yeah.
what, did you get off the dating apps now?
No, I haven't been on dating.
You were
apps.
on dating apps
I've
before.
had sex 6 single times in a year.
Oh, that's right. You did
With
the whole
2 people outside of him, 2 people. So like, there's
6
not a lot of
cumulative
dating.
times or 6 people?
6 cumulative times.
So 3 times with the 2 people?
No, one was once, and then the other one was
The rest.
like 5 times.
And is that your boyfriend now or is that someone else?
No, these were other people
And you're just fully putting, your boyfriend knows this?
Well, he does now.
that I
He
had
does
like
now.
6 single times in a year.
Yeah,
Yes.
whatever. And
He
how
knows
comfortable is your boyfriend with you doing OnlyFans?
that. Super comfortable.
Really? Why?
Yeah, he came to me and told me it was totally fine.
Did you tell him or did he know already?
I just think we have similar backgrounds. So
Oh, he does OnlyFans as well? I get it.
No,
Okay,
no,
go
ahead. No, Adam. No, I think that when you like grow up a certain way and you have to like make it and you have to like push yourself and not listen to what other people say and like be true to yourself, then other people who have had to do that see that, and he saw that because he's that kind of person.
Has it been a challenge? Not that you've been out networking with a lot of guys to date or whatever that, but has it been a challenge getting a guy that you actually like to date you and take you seriously on the fact that you do OnlyFans?
I would say it's never a challenge because I don't even engage if it is like an issue.
Gotcha.
I want someone who sees me for me, and like off the bat I can tell if somebody's like that, and so those are the people that get to know me.
I hear
and
you.
like I get to give myself to them.
And look, here's what I will say. I totally understand why you would want a guy to see you for you.
Yeah.
I get that. And at the same time, there's another layer there. Like if I met this amazing, awesome, beautiful girl and she's like, yeah, I'm a stripper, I'd be like, well, it was nice meeting you. Like, here's a tip, and I'm not dating you because that's not what I'm now. There was a time in my life I'm like, oh, you're a stripper, let's go fucking party, let's have fun, but I'm not there right now. So you kind of get categorized based on your past experience. You know, like famously say, like a man will judge a woman on her past, a woman will judge a man on his future.
Right.
So that is a thing.
Yeah. Oh
You're
no,
familiar
I
with
would
that.
say my dating options are absolutely limited, but that's also my choice.
Okay.
So like I'm totally okay with that, and I know that, and I would never.
Yeah.
The people that would even consider that to be an issue wouldn't even be in my category. So for me, I'm like, oh, you think that way? Ew.
Yeah.
You know, and so like that's just what it is. If you
And
find somebody that
we've had this discussion before, Jamie, and this is why I always give you like your flowers. It's like once you've gone down this path,
there's no going back.
there's no going back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And I own it.
So just gotta own it.
Yeah,
Like
and I value a man who values somebody who just owns it and is like, all right, that's my girl, and I trust her, and
I'll tell him.
you know, so
Respect.
And that's not your main thing either. Like you
It's
said,
not
you
my main
use that
thing.
to fund other
I do
things. And like
stand-up-
just based off like meeting you, like you're hilarious. Like
Thank
you're a
you.
beautiful girl. Like you clearly have many other talents and skill sets. I think a lot of women who don't have those proper skill sets developed, right,
Yeah.
or don't even have a prospect of where to develop them, they resort to that. They
Yeah.
resort to using their body and using their physicality, their appearance, which you know you could.
Here's the thing. I'm like, I have worked my ass off. I'm the matriarch of my family. I've raised my brother and sister. There is no one who has taken care of me since I've been like 14 years old. And so, and I've been straight edge. I've been top of my class. Like I've gotten a full ride to college. Like I've done that. I've been a top sales rep in one President's Club. I've struggled. Like so like the top 2 sales rep in the office. And so I've done that, and I've struggled, and I've hustled, and I studied marketing, and I was in marketing for like with sales. And when I saw OnlyFans in the pandemic, I was like, I looked at it as an opportunity. I didn't give a fuck what anyone thought, because there was nobody, all those people's opinions who were gonna say something, none of them helped pay my bills. None of them helped me when I was homeless. None of them helped me when I couldn't eat, or my brother and sister were struggling. Like I did that. So I'm willing to take that sacrifice, use it as like a leg up. And I value a man who can see that and not take what the world and the noise and what everyone says about people seriously. And they're like, you're a hustler and you've been through shit. And that's not my path. That's not where I'm gonna end up. But like I saw it as like a stepping stool because I'm smart and I know business and I know money, and it has transformed my entire life. Living out of my car and being homeless to living in a high-rise apartment in Miami, being able to move my family to Miami, being able to take care of the people that I love, that's a beautiful fucking thing. So anyone who has anything to say about it, suck my clit.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm just glad you don't have a dick. So, okay. Tatiana,
Yes.
what dating apps are you on?
So the only one I'm on is Hinge, but I'm one of those people that I don't like. I literally have not met up with anyone. The last
So
date
you're the
I went
person
on-
in the story.
I am.
Okay,
a
you're on there,
statistic
you're just
for sure.
looking.
Literally,
like
and
you're
I
peeking
said
through
that
the
from the
window.
beginning, like I'm not
Are you
really,
exchanging DMs with guys?
I am, yeah. But
And then
honestly,
why
the
have
last,
you never met up with someone in person?
I don't know. I think I'm just not like I'm not like really craving to meet up with him. Like the last date I went on is with someone that I met in person.
That's interesting, isn't it?
You
That's
know,
really
and
interesting.
like that intrigued me more, like the actual like physical interaction, like one-on-one, like
Yeah.
somebody coming up to me at a bar, like rizzing me up or whatever, making me laugh. We exchanged Instagrams, we exchanged DMs, let's go out. Okay, let's go. Like that, I was like, okay, I'm more intrigued because it's like I'm more impressed by someone that has the balls enough to come up to me and talk to me than someone that can just like open their phone, send me something, and then like I
Well, you
go
also
to you and
have
then
to be.
like, okay.
You ladies tell me, and we'll get your guys' opinion. You can't do the whole, hey, how's your day going? Hey, where are you from? Like, it's so basic on an app.
So boring.
You have to say some wild ass shit
Yeah.
to get a girl's attention. And you're just like you said, like this whole RIZZ thing.
Need
Like
the banter.
Yeah, the banter.
Yeah,
Like
banter.
charisma has been a thing that forever, and all of a sudden it's a RIZZ thing. By the way, RIZZ is a slang term
RIZZ.
for skill in charming or seducing a potential romantic partner, used in the exact same way as the older term slang game. So we talk about charisma, vibe, banter. It's all about the RIZZ these days.
Yeah.
So a guy in person, he might be not the type of guy that you'd swipe on an app or whatever, but he rolls up on you on a bar. How you doing? What you drinking?
don't get me
RIZZes
wrong,
you
he was
up. Boom.
gorgeous,
Now you're in his
which
bedroom.
is why I gave him my information, you know. But it's just like,
One for the
We
black
went
pill
on a
guys.
date,
He was
you know.
gorgeous as well, so he takes
Oh,
that.
yeah, of
gotcha.
course, you know, he had the balls enough to come talk to me. I was like, yeah, I'll entertain it.
There's two really interesting things there because she said you're on the apps or you're on Hinge, but you're
Yeah.
not really
Like
actually
I don't really
meeting
care for it.
guys.
It's more
off
like
there.
entertainment, like here and there. Like
Yeah,
I'll
so
forget
you're
about
validating
it.
the whole
Yeah,
point of this
exactly.
article.
That's why I was like
Exactly.
not even
And it's-
like going against it because I'm
Exactly.
like,
But
that's so true.
But then a guy comes up to you in real life,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the guy you go out with. So this is just the ultimate advertisement for my services, basically.
Exactly.
Because this is what guys need to learn. They need to learn this art. And it's not to say don't use the apps, but you need to be able to go and have those conversations in real
Look,
life.
Yeah,
as
because
well.
it's like
I totally
women
co-sign what
love
Troy's
that.
saying, and I totally understand why men need what he's trying to say. It's like, look, in the financial space, in the money game, it's like how many people got rich just doing like Dogecoin or, you know, fucking Pokemon coin or whatever, some
Yeah.
random crypto thing, or where they didn't work.
and then
They didn't put in the work. Nothing is going to take the place of actually putting in the work, putting in the man hours, having a skill set, being that dude. And it translates the game. Like if you putting in the work in real life, going up, rizzing up a girl at the bar, having charisma, having game, doing all that, that is transferable for life rather than, hey, you up?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
on a
yeah.
DM.
because it's like, okay, like let's say we're DMing whatever, and I decide to go out with you, and you are just boring. I'm like, okay,
Yep.
what now? Like I just wasted my
Yeah.
time getting ready, like, and I put a lot of time into getting
Yeah.
ready. I went to go get a cute outfit, you know.
Yep.
You pick me up, we go somewhere, and you're just like boring. I'm like, waste.
You're absolutely right.
Waste. Do you
Women
know
do
what I
put in a
mean?
lot of effort into getting ready. Like, look, it's a guy has to plan the date. He has to pay for the date. He has to plan it all out. He has to figure it out. He's got to drive to you. He's got to send you an
Right.
Uber. He's
He
got to
gets
make sure he's got
nervous.
those reservations. He's got to know the door guy. He's got to do all these things. Your job, get ready, look good.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy for the girl.
But I
How many
mean-
girls are paying on the first date, by the way? Show of hands.
I mean,
Zero
it
hands.
depends.
Shocker. All right, guys, you got to pay for the date. Slow jams. It's your turn. What dating app are you on?
I'm on no dating app, but if you have a line of communication with me, I am dating.
Translate that for me, slow jam.
Okay. Basically, I'm saying no. I do not type my email in somewhere and generate a dating profile. But if you find my Instagram or you find my phone number or something,
Gotcha.
don't look for my phone number.
The date.
But if you find it, obviously I'm interested in a husband, of course.
Okay, well,
The
like we
DMs are
said,
open.
Instagram is the number one dating app in the world, even though it's not considered a dating app. So we're going to have a conversation about Instagram and DMs in a second as well.
Right.
Pixie, what dating apps are you on? Twitch.
But I've been on Tinder, Bumble, and Hinge, and
Oh, so you're on all three. You're the big three right there.
yeah, but honestly, I feel like I can relate to the people who say like they're on there, but then don't want to end up meeting up because I feel that way a lot of times. And the reason why I feel that way is not because, oh, I'm 0% interested, but it's because the amount of DMs you get through those it's a lot. It's overwhelming. It's like suddenly like I wake up and there's like 50 messages, all the guys saying, hey, what's up? Something similar. And, you know, they're just trying to expand their reach, but it's like, okay, where do I even start? So then I don't even want to start. I'm like, oh my God.
I was going to say that earlier. Is it the ratio? Because when he was asking how would we segment that data, I'm like, if we could segment it male to female, it would still be extremely difficult because isn't there like 6-to-1 ratio for males to females on these types of dating apps, right?
Yeah,
like
that's
it's
true.
6-to-1 women.
One,
so
6-to-1 what?
To like males to females, one
So
woman,
one male for every
6
6
males,
women.
and that's just off the top of my head. That could be wrong. I
Yeah.
could just be pulling that number out
Well,
of
you know,
nowhere.
50%
No,
of the
it's
stats
fine.
are just made
It's
up on the
really
spot.
hard.
So
Exactly,
just made that up
exactly.
right now.
Not actual.
But whatever it is, it's extremely like disproportionate,
Yeah.
right? So how could we even segment that data when it is the majority of males on that platform?
Let me ask Pixie a follow-up question, because you said you wake up, you know, you do your thing, you have 15 messages, and you said they're all the same. What does that mean? What are all the same messages?
They're all like, hey, what's up? You cute. And I'm just like, okay.
Is it a 14-year-old Asian boy who's texting you?
No,
Hey, you cute. Okay.
these are all men in like their mid-20s, late 20s, sometimes even 30s. They all send me these messages. And I just like, I think that's why the approach in real life works so much better. Because it's like, okay, there's actually more of a conversation than like, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
You cute.
I think though, in their defense though, I think the problem with dating apps, the problem with trying banter on dating apps is that then guys will be like, oh, so what's the best opener? And they'll share all these like super clever openers and stuff like that.
Yep.
You can try that, but the problem is then you can come across, I don't know if you guys agree, but you can come across as looking try hard. Like you come in with some super like overly clever like oh young lady, I noticed what I noticed about you, and then the girl's like, what the fuck, this guy's a dork because he's tried too hard. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's very hard. But that's why I don't not recommend dating apps, but I don't think they're the optimum for most men.
Well, here's the way I would put it. Look, use a restaurant analogy. The dating app is an appetizer. It's a dessert. It's like it ain't the main course. Main course needs to be IRL in real life. Yes. Get out there. Yes.
Can I just say though, can I just say with regard to Pixie though, there's going to be like a 10,000 black pill guys out there who are going to be tearing their hair out now, going, "Oh my God, she's complaining because she gets all these messages. Oh my God." You know, it's kind of, it shows the difference, doesn't it, between the male and female experience? Because a woman, you know, is going to get like all of these DMs, all of these responses. The guy's there and it's like he opens up his phone, it's like crickets. You know.
Troy, walk me through this. We don't need to spend a lot of time on this, but we've mentioned black pill multiple times. So everyone knows the red pill and the blue pill. What is the black pill exactly? What are they so upset about?
Okay, so the way that I'm interpreting this is you've got this intersects with the sort of the incel community, if you like. So these are guys who fundamentally believe that the only thing that affects male success in dating is looks. So looks is the only thing. And some of them believe not even status and money. It's all about looks. It's all about physically, how do you look? You know, facial structure.
And are they ugly, fat losers or what?
Well, I'm sure many of them would believe that they are, and they say, right, the reason that we're getting no success is because women's standards are so high. It's because we're not good looking. Women won't look at guys like us unless the guy's an 8 or something like that at minimum. That's it. So you might.
How many guys do you know? So they're just basically like, fuck women. I'm just gonna sit home all day and jerk off.
Pretty much, because the logical conclusion. Because the logic
game plan, buddy.
Exactly, because the logical conclusion to their way of thinking is we'll just do nothing, because nothing you can do.
Yeah.
So they have this concept of what they call gym cells. So if you go to the gym and you work out, but it's like, yeah, bro, but you're still ugly. So you may as well not have bothered. So it's a take. It's
but
not
aren't they ugly inside?
It's very victim mentality, loser mentality.
Just go to Walmart, honestly, at that point. If you want to disprove that, like go to Walmart, go to a Target, you're gonna see all sorts of couples that look all sorts of funny ways that are still together, you know?
Absolutely, yeah, completely. No, it's
an ugly dude with a personality.
They can just go after really ugly girls.
We like that shit.
Go blue ocean strategy. Everyone's going after the hot girls. Go after the really ugly girls, bro.
Yeah.
Nobody's talking to these girls. You dominate.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the monopoly right
there.
there.
But like you said, I'm sure we're on a similar page with this. You know, like men have to level up, right?
Yeah.
And there's so many ways we can level up. You know, money, muscles, you know, game frame, all that stuff, right? That's what we need to be doing. And if we're doing that stuff, you're in with a shot. And I think actually a lot of the guys who get sucked into that kind of content, they're not these superhumanly ugly dudes. they're just kind of average guys, and
They
they've
just
sort
have
of
low
given,
self-esteem.
and they've kind of given up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's easier to believe a narrative of I can't improve myself.
Don't
rather
give
than-
up. Don't ever give up.
And I can relate to that because I feel like does that relate to things other than dating? Because I would consider myself to be black pill back on the day based on like just like conspiracy theories and stuff like that. Like you could technically fall under that category, and it's basically just a sense of nihilism, right? Like there is nothing I can do about this current situation.
Nihilism. I learned nihilism in the movie The Big Lebowski. Do you ever see that movie?
No.
No one ever saw The Big Lebowski
Yeah, I
here?
saw it, yeah.
Well, it's like, we believe in nothing, Lebowski. There's nothing we believe in. I don't care what you're saying, Lebowski. We have no agenda whatsoever. We just want to kill you. We believe in nothing. Nihilist. Is that what nihilism is?
Essentially.
How you guys never seen Big Lebowski? Go do yourself a favor. You smoke weed a lot. I smoke weed the whole movie.
I'm gonna watch
I've
it.
definitely watched
So upset
it.
with
Do
this
I
panel right
remember? Probably not.
Anyway,
but
Chrissy, you've never
it's
seen The
been
Big
on the
Lebowski?
I have
TV.
never seen
Malik?
it. I'm very intrigued.
L's in the fucking chat for all these people out here. Anyway, Chrissy, I brought your name up.
Have you seen Barbie? Adam?
Yeah, I'm actually going this weekend with a girl.
Chat for the men who
I'm
are
actually going this
Barbie.
weekend with a girl.
You gonna wear pink?
Take her to bar.
Or that
I actually want to do
Square.
some reconnaissance on that movie because I hear it's super woke.
Did you see
I heard
it?
that too.
No, I haven't seen it. I just told you I'm
thought
going
it
this
was
weekend with a girl.
beautiful.
Are you dressing up? Are you
I
gonna be
like
Ken?
10 already.
Be
So
Ken.
go ahead and
Going
do
as
it.
a fucking
Should.
dude.
Why not?
See
It's your
him.
one
Goddamn
day.
movie.
You're
Go play this game, y'all.
We're pink. You go pink.
Okay. Anyway, Christy, I know you're in a
scarf.
relationship now. So what apps are you currently on?
So I'm on no dating apps. The only time that I was on a dating app was probably Tinder back in like 2015, 2016. And I don't know, I didn't really enjoy it. I thought it was very impersonal. I thought it was very generic, which is probably what you get. All those DMs, they were kind of like carbon copies of each other. I think that's why I mean I feel like on dating apps everything is so accessible, and that's why it just comes off lazy. I feel like men don't really make an effort because they don't really have anything to lose or to gain when it's online. It's only so much before you have to meet in person. I'm kind of old-fashioned as well, or traditional, where I like to meet people. Anyone that I've dated, I've met them in person first or through mutual friends. I think that a major part of that is like feeling energy out. And when you meet someone, like I think that girls are more forgiving with men when it comes to looks if you have the right RIZZ, the right charisma. And for me, like I have a huge sense of humor, and I feel like girls, I feel like we all like to laugh for the most part. So when you date someone who's naturally funny or who's very witty, I think that that's definitely more of an appeal where we can forgive if you are an average looking guy, if you have a great personality and you come quick with like the remarks or you come quick with like the sass. I think that we enjoy that, and that we can kind of look past
banter.
The banter.
Oh.
We love the banter.
Amy loves the banter.
I love the banter.
It's true.
So
I
like,
can
so
confirm,
when
you're right.
so when you bounce off each other, I think that that's what we want to feel. Whereas when you get DMs, we can get tons of them, but like, how are we really connecting?
I think you hit the nail on the head, by the way. If you ever want to bounce off each other, go out there in the club and bounce off each other.
I also feel
RIZZ it out.
like with Instagram, like DMs and stuff like that, I think memes are such a superpower.
Yeah.
So you can really test out people's like wit and humor if you just like start sending memes playfully.
Okay.
I think that that's like a really cool and like I guess
let's
new
talk
way
about that right now.
to date.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Anyway, by the way, here's
Agreed.
what I'll take. I'm gonna just give a final word, and then here's what I would take from this. What I've learned from this lovely panel of banter and beautiful women. And Troy, you should be on dating apps as a guy, as an option. You should be out there doing the dating app thing, but that should not be the main course.
Right.
Okay? That is an appetizer, that's a side dish, that's a little dessert, wink, wink. But you need to be out there in real life, okay? That's where you're gonna meet women. That's where you're gonna use that RIZZ, that charisma. That's where you're gonna get that banter, right, Amy?
Yes, that
Say
banter.
it out loud.
That banter.
That banter.
We love that banter.
And that's the main option, and then use the dating apps for some side stuff. Anyway, speaking of side stuff and sliding in the DM, you're looking at me like I'm the crazy one.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm waiting.
Where's your banter?
Banter.
Okay.
That's good banter.
That's what she reads
I
the super
know.
chat.
Sometimes you got
Banter.
G-check
You got the
that. You got
banter.
G-checker. Sometimes she dozes off. She's reading. She's hooked on phonics. Work for her.
I can't
It's
help
all
but
good.
read.
She's doing great. Nat is doing great. She'll be reading your super chats and reading the comments. And here we go. Anyway, speaking of social media, apps, dating, Instagram, here's an interesting story about a I'm going to use the air quotes here, an Instagram influencer model. She reveals how athletes and celebrities slide in her DMs. So her name is Raquel RIZZ. There she is right there. Let's see the title real quick. She says, Instagram reveals how model how all these athletes try and slide it all up in the DM. By the way, you have this other story. Here's some celebrities that have been caught sliding in the DM and they've been exposed for sliding in the DM. Pull this up real quick. 11 celebrities have been caught sliding in. So James Franco, we all know him. This got real weird out here. And I think James Franco is an absolute stud. Keep scrolling
So do the
down.
high schoolers.
Drake. Okay, LeBron, but it wasn't that. He just said, ha, no big deal. Drake was out there sliding in chicks' DM.
Really?
Are these all hers? Like her?
No, not her
Okay,
DM.
okay.
We'll get to her in a second.
No way, that was Justin Bieber.
Who is this girl? Is that your last
Well, she was revealing it in the article. Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber.
We all saw what happened with Adam Levine a few months ago. Did anyone see that story?
He got
Who was married at the
exposed.
time.
In girls' DM.
And then last but not least, scroll all the way down, a guy named Anthony Weiner. Name ring a bell?
No way.
Yes.
Oh,
Because he was
that's
just here
right.
on this stage
was.
a week ago.
He
He was a
was.
former congressman who got caught sexting with women, underage women. His wife was in politics.
remember that.
It got real ugly.
Yeah.
And it got even uglier here on the PBD podcast.
Yeah.
It went viral, but do your wiener thing in real life is what I'm saying, not on the DMs, especially if you're married,
to
have a
children.
family, and are not
Camera
trying
guy loves
to
that.
save yourself from embarrassment.
Take notes.
But, so in this particular story, this girl Raquel, she highlights these situations, but then there was another breaking news almost. NBA star Zion Williamson, okay, he's like 3 years ago, he was like the hottest rookie in the league, and now he's like fat and overweight and can't get on the court. He's got a situation.
Damn.
But basically, his DMs have been in the spotlight recently after he slid in porn star Maria Mills' DMs, ended up meeting up with her, banging her. But then she started leaking texts when then she found out that his girlfriend is pregnant. So it's very messy out there for high-profile people out there in the DM. So it's so interesting because I'm in the financial world, I'm in the celebrity, influencer, whatever world. One of the guys in the article I just interviewed a week ago. Very weird. So it's very interesting that these athletes and celebrities, they have financial advisors, protect their money, okay? They have publicists to protect their image. They have attorneys to take care of any legal situations. Why is nobody watching their DMs? Okay?
They're published
Dude,
shit. Like,
well,
they're
that
just
shit could get ugly.
But you brought up a point with
just
Jay
don't
Waller is even though these people are successful and they are experts in the area that they are experts in, they still do have, that past of the guy that they were. Maybe these guys were losers growing up. Maybe these guys struggled with girls growing up. So even though they have the fame, the money, the audience, all the eyes, it doesn't necessarily mean they've also had the experience with talking to girls. Sometimes when you reach a status, girls will throw yourself at these guys and they don't even have to make an effort. So their game is probably sometimes very low because they never really had to exercise their game because it went from nothing to status and now girls are being thrown at them.
A celebrity can just throw a fire emoji your way, and how many girls are just, oh shit, Matthew McConaughey just fired me up? I mean, when Matthew McConaughey, when he slid in my DMs, he gave me a fire emoji. I was like, what do? I go bang Matthew McConaughey? I'm not even gay. Like, Matthew McConaughey. So after we banged, I realized, no, I'm not into it, but Matthew McConaughey. All right. So, ladies, what I want to know from the ladies is what is the cringiest, weirdest DM you have received from a celebrity, from an athlete, from a high-profile individual, from somebody who wanted to give you a business proposition.
Oh, God.
So, Amy.
I don't think I've ever gotten one.
Really?
0.
I'm trying to think. No, because here's
You're a
the
liar.
thing. Well, here's the thing for me. So until recently, since I got into this like social political commentary space, I have been purely professional. I've done high ticket sales, so I've mostly been in the realm of finance and business. And
All right, I'm gonna cut you off because you don't have a story. You don't have a DM story. I love you, baby.
My
but
page is conducive with that. Exactly.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm looking for good stories here.
Sorry.
Jamie.
There's some weirdos. I actually, like,
Yeah?
a while ago, I got this.
Hey, it was a while ago.
It was a while
Yeah.
ago. It was actually back when I lived in Orlando. I got a DM, but I guess you can do like a secret DM. Like you can like make it like a
vanish
a vanish mode, and I
Ooh.
didn't know.
Sneaky peek.
So it was like a weird like. Well, I actually ran into the person in the building where I was working at, and he was the chiropractor, whatever. Long story short, he found me on Instagram, and he messaged me in vanish mode, and I was like, why are you messaging me in here? Are you married? And then I unvanished it, and then he vanished it back, and then he was like, no, like, I want to talk to you, and I was just never answered again. I just thought
And
that was
that
weird.
a high-profile person or just like?
Yeah, it was a basketball player.
Oh,
But
basketball players would never do anything like that.
I mean, either way, I just thought the
Yeah.
vanish mode was like a very big red flag. I'm like, why do you feel like you need to? Then again, I can understand based on like people like exposing and sharing,
Yeah.
but then it's like, why are you
no
hiding
face, no
it?
case.
Yeah,
you know?
why are you hiding it if that's
Vanish
the
mode,
case?
Stealth mode. Jamie, I know that you have a better story than Amy.
I don't know what you're talking about, Adam.
That
No,
loud.
a lot of football players slide in my DMs.
Specifically football.
Yeah, like
Interesting.
yeah,
You're the
NFL.
football player type, Nat's the NBA
No, I
basketball
don't have
player
a
type.
That's not my
There's no
type.
Amy
type.
is
I think
politicians don't slide in my DMs 'cause no politician would
That's
ever
an
be
English
creepy.
accent, actually.
Yeah. No politician would ever be creepy and try to do anything inappropriate. Okay.
Yeah, no, I think a lot of NFL players slide in my DMs. I don't know what it is,
Nice.
but it's very like I think that they think the blue check mark is gonna make like they don't try hard at all. It's actually like
They
the
don't
worst.
rizz up the
it's
DM.
the worst DMs I've ever received, so I never answer. Like I leave them on red, or like when I first
Wow,
started
that's
comedy.
rough.
I started this series called Down in My DMs, and I would read DMs that I got from guys and like teach people like here are the rules of how to slide in DMs, and this is an example of what not to do, or this is an example of
What are the
to
rules
do.
for sliding in the DMs,
There's like
Jamie?
a bunch, but like
Give me
don't,
the top 3
don't
rules.
get sexual right away.
No
Like,
dick pic off top?
No, like
That's a
recognize
second text.
no
Shit.
dick pic off the top.
Troy,
That's where we go wrong.
bro.
better.
Here's the thing. I've had guys like DM me and they've watched my podcast or videos or like stories that I've done, and they're like, hey, I know your favorite drink is X, Y, and Z. And like your favorite snack is this because they've been watching me. Like they like
Okay.
are recognizing specific
Stalking.
things about me.
But you were giving me a
Stalkerish,
top
but
3.
I'm into
You were
it.
giving me.
Okay,
you're into
we're
it.
all into it.
You were giving me a top 3. So number 1, don't get sexual.
Don't
up
get
front.
sexual.
Number 2.
Don't send the same DM that you're sending to me to my friend. We talked about the group text. Like,
nasty.
why
Okay.
are you sending the same text message to me and a friend? Weird. We
Got it.
know.
He wants
Yeah.
to
And
join
then
together.
I would also say like, don't do something generic. Like, oh, okay, you're saying something that everyone else would say. Oh, you're so pretty. Oh, you're funny. Like something so like easy that
Don't
anyone
copy
could
paste
say.
and be original.
Yeah, like.
It's
Notice
like,
something you
what
notice
Pixie
about
was
my
saying.
personality,
Yeah.
or like something specific that I do that I'm like, oh, you've actually paid attention to who I am.
If a guy said, "Hey, I saw your comedy skit, very unfunny," would you respond?
No.
You wouldn't? How about saw your comedy was hilarious? When's the next show? Would you respond?
Well, yeah, because he
Okay.
says when's the next show, and I'm like, you're a fan.
There you go. We're serving game
I'm
out
gonna
there.
respond to
All right.
fans.
Good to know. Tatiana.
Yeah.
Okay. You seem like the kind of girl that's gotten some fucking weird DMs.
I get weird DMs from a lot of people, but
There.
I mean, like
I'm
famous
on the ball
people,
here.
I can't think of anything cringy off the top of my head. But there was this one. It was like in person though.
Yeah.
Can I tell that story?
What do you mean
Yes.
an in-person DM?
Yeah, like it wasn't a no, it wasn't a DM.
So it wasn't a
an
DM?
in-person interaction.
So you want
from,
to tell
like,
an in-person story?
Yeah, I mean it was.
Okay, we'll
cringy.
allow that. The judge will allow that.
Okay,
Yay.
so it was a rapper, right? And I was like out with my friends, we're at Live, partying, whatever. Typical Miami story, typical Miami night. And one of my friends, he was like, "Oh, we're gonna go to this rapper. I don't want to say their names. We're gonna go to this rapper's condo in Brooklyn." I was like,
Just
"Okay,
say
fuck
what
let's
it
go."
sounds like.
Why do I feel like I know
No.
who you're talking about?
It's like-
It's probably
It's
the
like-
same guy.
it
that
was,
doing it. I feel
what
bad because they're in
condo is
You're
jail.
like, oh, I don't want to say the name, but
I
it
feel
was
bad 'cause they're in jail, and that's all I'll
22
say.
Savage.
Never mind.
Exactly.
You know?
No, that's it. That's it.
It was 52 cents.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Go ahead.
Anyway, so we go, right? And it's already late. I'm tired. Like, I was drinking, my like buzz wore off, like I'm exhausted, like I want to go home, right? Anyway, we're leaving, going out the hallway, and he's like outside talking to some girl in the hallway, and my girl's asking, she's like, what's wrong? Because you can see it on my face. I was like, I'm tired, like I want to go home, like kind of whiny. And then he like hears me, he mocks me, he's like, I want to go home. And for me, I hate when people mock me, like I hate it so much.
Yeah.
And so we go down the elevator, whatever, and then we're like in the lobby, we're gonna go outside, and then this like, his security comes up behind me, he's like, hey, such and such wants your number. I was like, what? He's like, they want your number. I was like, no. I was like, he just disrespected me, mocking me. Like, I'm not about to give him my number. And he's like, oh, he didn't mean to disrespect you. He was just joking. I was like, I don't care.
So they had one of the henchmen, the bag boys, go get the number.
Yeah.
Yes. They
So what
to
do they
get my
do with
number,
that?
like you're in
What are you about
second
to say,
grade.
Nat?
They send them over. They send their henchmen. They're like, the henchman goes, the guy goes by, is like, hey, my friend thinks you're cute.
Like,
And then
how
you
old
look
are
behind,
we?
Your friends
Like,
are like, and then you're just like, you look back at the henchman, you're like, oh, I think I'm okay. They're like, nah, let me get your number, shawty. You're like, nah, I'm okay. Thank you, though. Like, that's what they
Nice.
do. They
It's
send
like
them.
you may as well just send me a note saying,
Yeah.
do you want to go out with me? Like, check one, yes or no.
I feel like that's a great move these days.
Oh my
But
god.
no.
actually cute.
But yeah,
actually
to me
cute.
that was my cringiest.
So by the
moment.
way, we got Slow Jams over here nodding in affirmation because
Oh, yeah,
she's
you
like,
probably
Tell us.
have.
I'm in the
Tell
rapper
us.
world. I'm in the
Yeah.
stripper. I know all about this. Spit some game, and you can even rap your answer if you want. You can do whatever you want.
Jamie's
Slow
ready.
Jams.
Okay, look.
It's a story.
Okay,
I got that list.
look.
A story about some dude, a rapper, famous guy, sliding in
Damn,
your
which
DMs.
one?
Go ahead, Jamie.
Rap it or talk it? I'm gonna do both a little bit. Okay.
We all have to pee.
Look, it's not a happily ever after. I know it's always sad. I used to talk to this actor from The Walking Dead.
Oh.
Next. You know, it's up here. It's kind of funny. I know a few people out of Young Money.
Oh.
Next. I don't know what else to say. I don't want to sound like a whore. But I know a few people that done touch the billboards. I think I should close my mouth. I shouldn't say anymore. But that doesn't mean I did anything with these people. I have a very clean face. I guess they like me because I'm funny, talented, whatever. But
Well, you're definitely
people have slid
talented.
in my
And you
DMs.
got people from The Walking Dead, Young Money, Billboard 100,
Versatile.
sliding in the DM.
Yeah. You know.
Okay.
And then, of course, you
Is
got
there any
Miami
one
local
specific
dudes,
story
you know.
that you're like, this one time at band camp?
Like you got in person or just strictly conversation?
Yeah, like just
digital
one, you know.
conversation?
There was this like, so, you know,
In person?
young jock slid in my DM. I don't know, whatever.
Oh, no, I'm not gonna name a job, but the guy from
Who sings It Goes Down in the DM?
No, I was gonna say.
That's
Who
Yo
is
Gotti.
that?
Who is that?
That's Yo Gotti.
Joe Gotti?
Joe Gotti.
Yo Gotti.
Yo Gotti.
Joe
Gotcha.
Gotti.
My bad.
Joe
guys.
Biden.
My
Joe
bad, guys.
Biden.
Joe Biden?
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden's in the DM? Hey, girl,
Joe Biden.
how's your inflation doing? Okay,
Oh,
we're about to
basically,
send you a stimulus check.
no.
All right, you girls.
So it's like
uh,
musical chairs up in here.
we might have one girl on a show go to the bathroom 2 hours in. We've had 3 people, including Troy, my guy, a half hour into the show. What is happening, guys?
It's okay.
Okay,
Joe, you're
but
fired.
Basically, the actor guy, he just was sending me money.
We love that.
And I didn't really.
He was
I
sending
didn't
you
know-
money?
Just
Yes.
because? What did you say?
Girl, I'm a dancer.
got that
girl. I
Riz.
got
Yeah,
that
he's just
Riz.
sending you money?
Yeah, sending me money. And I never spoke to him on the phone.
How much money and what did you have to do?
What
Go.
did you say?
It wasn't shit really. It was like $200 every conversation, but I didn't really have to do much. It's just.
Yeah,
Wow.
for $200, that's
I
yeah.
swear,
get on
I
the
swear to you.
Yeah,
No.
right. Amazing.
Yeah.
Pixie,
Hi.
hi, welcome back.
Um,
You must have a weird DM story.
I mean, I get a lot of random weird DMs. I don't know specifically from like a famous person or whatever, but I have had people who have like a lot of money try to hit me up, and it's always the most obnoxious thing because they're always like talking about like their boat or an island or a watch or something that they have, and I'm just like, dude, why do you think that's going to sway me to be with you? Like that's not, I don't, it's not that important to me. Or I like, wow, congrats, you have a lot of money. And like, I know other people have money. That's not enough for me to go on a date with you. Sorry.
Okay. So money doesn't, money talks, bullshit walks, but not with you.
I think like in my ideal future or whatever, I want to find somebody who's like my same income bracket around there. But if you think that I'm going to be swayed because you have a lot of money, then like, I'm sorry, where's your personality? Like, you're so boring, that's what you have to substitute it with. Like, you think I'm just gonna like, you know, spread my legs because you have a very expensive watch?
I have a question for you. I have a question for you.
Some girls will.
I have a question for you. So you have two guys, very similar personalities. They both are very similar. One has a little bit more money than the other. Which would you pick?
Yeah, I'm not saying money doesn't matter. I'm saying that if, let's say, if they're the same exact people, then okay, obviously that's the only determining factor because you're eliminating everything else. But if I have a guy that has like a little bit more money, but his personality is shit, he's like super boring, or he's just like mean, then fuck off.
No, I get it. Look, we totally understand. Obviously, money is important, okay? Looks are important, all right? Game is important. We all get that. But if there's no chemistry or connection or vibe or RIZZ or any or banter, like there's no connection, like it's not gonna last, okay? I totally understand that.
Important.
I think the better question is, same guy, same RIZZ, same personality, all good. One's a little bit richer, but shorter. One's a little bit taller, but broker.
That is
tough
I don't know.
Same guy.
That's so weird to me. I don't know at that point. Like,
You gotta pick one.
That's a
There's
good
a
example.
gun.
That's a good one.
There's a
Good
gun.
example.
I mean, I
Think
don't host
about
a show
one.
or anything like
Think
that.
about your kids.
Yeah.
Oh, well
Do you
then
want
money if
NBA
I'm thinking about my
players?
kids, because I would want to provide the best future for them. And chances are, if you have more money, you can send them to better
now
school.
You got short ass kids.
Your
That is
vagina.
I've
My
dated
short kids, I love y'all out there.
I've dated shorter guys before, and I feel like, what is it? A lot of times, a lot of them have more personality than tall dudes because they have to like actually work for it because they do have that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And there's also a rumor out there. I'm gonna help the short kings out. There's also a rumor out there. Some of these short kings got what is called as a kickstand with their short legs that they didn't go to Turkey for to get rectified.
Absolutely.
So I'm just, they might be short, but they're all the same height when you're lying down, bitch.
Oh
That's all I'm
my
saying.
gosh.
That's all I'm saying. I can't have you out here messing on the short kings out there. Christy,
Dime.
you used to be in the Broadway.
In the Broadway world.
In the Broadway. So you got some actors there on the DMs. What do you got?
Well, there was probably one time in person. It was a cringy moment. It was when I was out in Houston, and I was working on some tracks that Drake and Wayne were trying to be on at the time. I was working with a producer who was very, very close to them. We went out to like a dinner with him and all of his producers and stuff, and we sat down and we were talking about the song and getting it started and everything. And he was just sitting there and he was like, I was younger at the time too, so he was like, oh, so what's up? Do you drink? And I was like, at the time I was like, no, I don't really drink. I just here to do music and here to like get it done. He was like, oh, so like do you smoke? And I was just like, again, I just want to like get in the studio, let's get it going, like really stay focused and stuff like that. And he was like,
do you party?
Yeah, he was pretty much asking that. And I was
here's
like,
a roofie colada.
and I knew, you feel the vibe and you're just like, okay, let's just keep it focused. And then he was just like, well, what are you going to do for me? And I just sat, and I just sat
and his
there.
name was Harvey Weinstein.
We all know what he wanted. But, and I just sat there and I was just like, I was younger too, so I was just like, I cannot believe this is happening. So 15 minutes later, when we're all eating, I kind of diverted from that response, from responding to that. Then another cringy moment was when we sat there, like 10 girls just came in. We were like in a restaurant. They just came in and they were just standing around waiting for everybody to finish. They were like in these tight skirts and like, what they were there for. They got flown in. And I was just sitting there and I was like, so we're not going to the studio, are we? And then he was just, and then I was like, I know exactly what this is. He had all those connections and everything, and we were there to do something, but that was the cringy moment when he was like, what are you going to do for me?
Got it.
And if
All
that
right.
wasn't fulfilled.
Well, thank you, ladies, for all your stories.
I know.
We're going to let Troy weigh in on this. So you've heard all these crazy stories out there. I know that your purpose is helping men improve their dating game. Obviously, we talked about real life is the main course. These are the side dish. But people are doing DMs. They are on the chat. What is happening? Okay. It's like
It's a lot of water.
It's what it is? It's like, by the way, everyone's going to the bathroom at the same time. It's like, how this is very weird, but situation. Maybe I just dude. You know how all girls, like if they hang out, they all get like their period at the exact same time?
So what are you trying to say? Everyone has.
It's like dudes don't just hang out. We all just get boners at the same time. Like, you too, bro. Yeah.
Speak for yourself.
No, okay. I don't know how it works. One girl went to the bathroom. We're bathroom.
The period at the same time thing is actually really interesting because girls do that to make sure that the woman who's qualified for the alpha, like literally, this is the reason why.
This is why we got
back
Amy,
in the day,
y'all.
a woman would qualify for the alpha. So if she was off the market, all the other women needed to be off the market. So your cycle actually syncs to the woman who is the most dominant, who is the most qualified for the alpha.
Right. Wow.
That's a fact.
Okay.
That's evolutionary psychology. That's why that happened.
We love it.
We need a round of applause for Amy for bringing some education here. You know, people say it's entertainment on the SOSCAST. That's a value right there.
Yeah.
Women get their period at the exact same times because evolutionary biology, because alpha women dominate. There
That's
it
why
is.
everyone's period syncs to mine. Just kidding.
Let's do a case
But no,
study
you're
on
not.
it.
Wait, did I just get mine? What's
Yeah.
happening?
Is that why everyone's going to the bathroom? Maybe it's not a bathroom break.
Don't
Holy
do
shit.
that. Don't do
Amy
that.
shows up and everyone's getting their period. All right, Troy.
Yes.
So spit some game out there to the guys out there. If they are going to slide in the DM, all right, do you have an approach? Do you have an angle? And then the ladies are going to judge you.
Well, first off, right, you've got to
would
have
you
a
say?
decent Instagram page in the first place, right? If your Instagram page looks like a pile of crap, then you're not going to get very good responses, right? So it sounds obvious, but I mean, sometimes I vet guys like dating profiles and Instagram pages because, you know, when they're coming for advice. And I mean, Jesus Christ, guys. I mean, sometimes the pictures that they put up are absolutely shit, right? They really, really are. And
They look like serial killers.
they look like, so don't look like a serial killer is the first piece of advice.
It's always a
basically.
good piece of advice.
Yeah,
for
man. I mean,
Instagram and in real life.
It's
Or in
just-
dating profiles, like
you
some.
need-
They
look scary.
You need to get it's kind of weird, right? You need to get a mixture of pictures that present you looking good, but also having a cool lifestyle. And I think this is the same for dating apps as well. You've got to think about what's in the background. It's not just, oh, I think I look kind of cool in that picture, so I'm going to stick it up. I mean, I had a guy, he was showing me some pictures. He was, again, from a dating app, but I think the same applies to Instagram. Sent me a picture of him, and facially he looked kind of all right in the picture. Behind him, it's like a weird fucking random kitchen or something, or sort of like in an industrial kitchen somewhere, like in a sort of bloody military base. I'm like, man, what is that communicating about your lifestyle? Nothing. Do you know what I mean? What you want is cool pictures. So maybe like you're in a cool bar, you're in a cool restaurant, you're in a nice place, you're in front of the Miami skyline, you know, whatever it is, man. You want to have pictures that communicate. And then there's other things like sporting pictures, like maybe you're doing some jet skiing, or maybe you're, you know, whatever, man. You don't have to be in a Bugatti, but you know what I mean? You've got to showcase some sort of fucking lifestyle.
Like it almost, what you're saying, I think ultimately is like, it doesn't matter what the DM is if the Instagram sucks.
Well, so specific, getting onto the DM specific.
Or if you're on private, how should
No private.
Yeah, nobody's
If
gonna
you're on
respond to
private, you'll
private.
never get a response.
And then specifically in terms of the sliding in, I personally, I don't know what you guys feel about
This
this.
is how I slide in. I'm excited.
This is how, all right, lads. This is
I'm
how
getting my period right now. Go ahead, Troy.
All right, lads. This is how we do it in London.
Yeah.
No, I personally favour responding to stories. Because I think it's a bit more organic. I think it's a bit more organic and a bit more authentic. Because if you just do a cold DM, you're like, hello, you look nice, you know, she's just going to fucking ignore it, right? But if you respond to a story and you make a comment on something she's doing in the story, and look, in this day and age, you know, we've all got these things, the kid, you know, all you kids out there are using these emojis and all that shit. You don't even need to, you can just, I'm not saying fire emojis because that's a bit cheesy, but you can use emojis, just anything, just like respond to stuff she's doing, okay? And get the conversation going that way.
Initiates it.
Exactly,
All right.
exactly.
Ladies, would you agree with Troy on
Yes.
that?
Yes.
Okay, anyone object on that?
No, but in terms of pictures, I just want to just give this out to the guys.
Go for it.
I will never understand why guys in dating profiles like put pictures of them with a fish or a gun. Like, first of all, now I'm associating.
Yeah, nothing drives my pussy up more than a man with a fishing
Why?
picture.
Some girls like that.
Because now you're associating
adventure.
Okay, wait, I'll explain. You're
What's wrong with being a
associating.
hunter?
You're
A
associating.
man is literally
very
out there
manly.
hunting for fish.
Okay,
it was manly.
I'm
On Instagram.
associating
Where
you
the boys
with
are
no.
The fuck you talking about, Vixie?
Why we caught on a ball, you'll catch the fish.
Why do you want me when I see you with a picture picture of a fish. Now I'm associating you with the smell of fish, which is not a very pleasant smell. So I'm here being like, okay, like you're like with a dead animal that just like looks like miserable.
That
It smells like
manly.
fish.
But that looks
and
so
then on top
manly.
of that, they have pictures of themselves sometimes with guns, and it's like, I don't even fucking know you, but now I know that you have like a weapon that can like easily murder me.
Okay,
You know,
that's
what? This is
fair.
modern women right
The
now.
gun is
This is
fair.
modern
To
women.
protect you.
There was a time where before social media, before everything that's going on feminism, oh, my man knows how to fish.
Right.
He's gonna be able to have food.
That's
My man knows how to
He's a
hunt.
hunter.
You
He's a
better say better.
He's gonna kill the woman now.
No, you know
Now
what
you're
better?
like, "Ew, you bitch."
Wait, no, a man cooking, like a man with like a good meal, or like how he knows. Okay, wait.
All right, ladies,
Sorry.
Personally,
We're excited.
calm down. The kindergarten grabbed that.
Personally, for me, what would attract me more is like a man who like knows how to prepare like a good meal, like knows how to like cook well, because that's a skill, and that's a skill most
where's
men
my
don't
sandwich?
have.
Where are the men making
What about a man who knows how to pay to
sandwiches?
build a restaurant?
Hey,
That's what I do. I don't know how to cook shit.
yeah,
Knows
but
how
what
to
I'm
make a
saying
good
is that
reservation.
what is it? A skill more unique, like cooking, for example, that a lot of men don't have. To me, that piques my
Here's the
interest.
trick question.
What if you catch what
Here's
you
the-
cook?
Exactly.
That's it.
That's
Caught the
hot.
fish. Now
I
he's
was gonna
cooking
say
it.
that the whole
Yeah.
time. Oh my god.
Then show a picture of
And
like
then you know what? Here's the
preparing
problem. You know what it
raw
is? It's gonna smell like fish.
Sorry.
Well, okay. Are we
Because
gonna
he's cooking
pretend? Are we
fish.
gonna
Right.
pretend that there's not a
See
difference
what
between a
happened
raw
there?
fish and like a
Vagina
cooked fish? Like there is
Okay.
obviously a difference of smell when somebody holds like a fucking raw fish, or you go to the deli
Yeah.
versus like a nice cooked
She
meal.
makes a good point though. What is this trend of guys on dating apps holding fish? This seems to
I don't know.
apparently
I
be a
don't know.
fucking thing. Because I get so
I've only seen
They're
women on
letting you
dating
know
apps.
they
No, no,
caught
no.
something. They're like, I caught this
Yeah.
fish, therefore
This
I'm
is that's
qualified
what's
to
for
catch
dinner
this
tonight. All right, guys, we got to move on because we got a tight ship here.
You fish,
And we've got a couple
man.
more stories.
Go fish.
What time is our? All right. Anyway, Troy, this one's for you. Okay. Marriage, wife, life, kids. That's all I got. That's it. That's the story.
We're doing
I wasn't gonna rap. You know,
Is that the question?
check the show earlier. When I rapped, it was actually pretty decent.
Yeah.
Because my brain works like that.
Running
So
ball.
you
I
know,
was looking.
you're I assume late 30s, early 40s.
40s, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
You in your 40s?
Well, you look
You
good.
look great.
Thank
Takes
you.
one to know one.
Thanks, thanks, ladies.
Takes one to know one if you know what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
That's right. You'll play, I'll play up. So the concept of marriage. Actually, here's a clip from actually a famous comedian actor. His name is T.K. Kirkland. He's commenting on marriage, why he's not married. I want you to weigh in on this.
Okay.
And give me your perspective.
The,
So Malik out there, shout out to Malik, the ebony to my ivory out there.
Oh.
Malik, play this clip, please.
The audio at the bottom. The audio at the bottom.
I don't like pettiness. I don't like
just
confusion.
start it again
And when
because
I
we missed
move, I
the- we
gotta
missed the
move.
beginning.
And I don't have to answer to any.
Hit refresh.
Successful because I'm not married.
Boom.
I don't like pettiness. I don't like confusion. And when I move, I gotta move. And I don't have to answer to anybody. When you're in a relationship, you can't say I'm going to Paris. And your girl might be upset. And she's upset. Now you gotta cater to her. Like, oh, my wife's tripping. I can't do that. I ain't doing that shit.
What a selfish fuck.
Okay.
Selfish.
Yeah,
Do you think he's selfish?
No. I think this is the problem with non-submissive women, to be
Okay.
honest.
Well, let's let Troy, because this was Troy's answer. Troy, you hear that?
Yeah.
Successful dude,
Yeah.
Comedian, actor, doing
How old
his
is he?
thing.
40s.
He's saying, I don't know, we could fact check that. I think he's a little bit older, actually.
Yeah.
TK Kirkland age, if you don't mind checking that, Malik. Saying he's successful because he's not married. Okay?
Yeah.
So in your opinion, when actually should a man settle down and get married? And when do you see that for yourself?
I think he should leave it until he's mature, maybe about 70, something
70?
like that.
If he makes it
No,
that
I'm
long.
joking. I'm joking. I'm obviously,
She's got a new wife in it for
obviously a bit of hyperbole there. But no, I think what that guy said, I co-sign what that guy said, actually, in the most part, because I think that
He's
there...
62?
62.
Oh, wow.
I think that I think
got
being
8 more
unmarried,
years.
I think you have a lot of autonomy that it's hard to have when you're in a monogamous, stable relationship.
Yeah.
And I say that as somebody who, I've not been married, but I have been in monogamous long-term relationships. And right now, being single, I've got a shitload more autonomy than I had. And it allows me to make the moves that I want to make, when I want to make them, not have to answer to anybody. You know, and I mean, Rollo wrote this article years ago, and I mean, this is a little bit contentious, but he wrote this article saying women are dream killers. And what he meant by that is that men will be like, I want to be on my grind, I want to be doing this, I want to be doing that. And often, when you're in, you know, you're in an intimate relationship with a woman, she can sort of impede that sometimes. You could argue maybe we're with the wrong woman, maybe so, but oftentimes, you know, women, you're in a relationship, rightly, they want a lot of attention, and if you're on your game, you're in your grind, maybe you haven't got time for that. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like this generation is not conducive to productive relationships, because with men, right now the generation is like succeed, and the women are only seeking attention. Versus women back in the day used to be submissive. And so what you're saying is correct when you say maybe it comes down to the type of woman, because back in the day, women used to be way more submissive.
Well, I feel like sometimes, and maybe, you know, maybe it's just women I've met, whatever. I feel like sometimes women, they want the end result, but they don't necessarily want the process.
Right.
So they want the guy who's successful, they want the guy who's achieved certain things, but if you then say, oh, well, actually, honey, this weekend I've got to work the whole weekend because I've just got to get on with this project. She's like, no, what about our quality time? What about our time together? We want to go to the fucking park and stuff. It's like, well, I haven't got time to do that because I want to do this.
Thank you for bringing that up.
Can
This is
I add
right where I was
something?
going. Ladies. So, you know, what's the famous, I think it's Rich Cooper famously said, like, women just wait at the finish line and fuck the winner. Right? Here's the question for the ladies. We're going to go all in a different direction. You don't know who I'm asking these questions to. All right. So, would you rather, here's the game, meet a successful man, he's a little bit older because it took a little time, maybe like a Troy, right? Successful dude, wipes you up, boom, you're with him now, you're in his world. Or you meet a man, you're a little bit younger, he's a little bit younger, and you build your life with that man. So you want to have a successful man, who's a little bit older, a little more established, right? But he's already successful, and now you're in his world. Or you meet when you're a little bit younger, right? But you build your life together. What would you prefer? Slow jams.
Older guy that's a little more successful.
You want the older, successful guy?
Yeah.
Why?
I had that experience before. The same way how if I had a younger guy who does not have his stuff together, and possibly it's not challenging his manhood, but I'm watching him go through his manhood, I may or may not have that same exact 50% chance of being that female for him as if I would for an older guy who's rich and still could drift off and do what he wants, whether I know or not.
Interesting.
So,
Pixie.
Yeah.
I think it depends on what his world is. Like if his world is like, oh, you know, you're my main person, but
He's
I'm
a fisherman.
sleeping.
No shit.
He's a fisherman.
Oh God,
the most
no.
successful fisherman.
I'm sorry, no, let's not get it out here.
Big focus.
No.
He's a hunter. No, okay.
But,
So we just pick one though.
okay, I think I would prefer the older guy on the basis that he is theoretically more mature. If he is not more mature, if he's like still sleeping around a ton, like, you know, I'm just then no, then fuck that. I'll
well,
find
if he's
somebody
70,
mono.
when Troy wants to settle down, he's probably not going to be sleeping around.
Well, yeah, if he's
that.
settling,
Okay.
then yeah, I want
All right,
the
everyone,
more
just
mature.
pick one, okay? Because we got to move on. Amy.
Hello.
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 Did you hear the question?
I did hear the question. So for me, I would definitely want to choose the older, more experienced guy. I mean, it comes down to a case-by-case basis, but for me, I have built with men. And what I have learned throughout that period of time is that I want to be the one who is the student. I don't want to be the teacher. I want to be the lead. I don't want to be the leader. Because I've been in enough relationships where men are like, Amy, how should I approach this situation?
Yeah.
How should I respond to this? In fact, how should I text back this person? I don't want that.
So you don't even want to be the classmate. You want to be the student, the teacher.
Yeah, I mean,
All right, well, my class starts Friday at 9 a.m. Just be there on time, and you'll learn
sir.
a lot.
No.
Natalia Del Valle.
See. You're asking me?
I'm asking you.
All right. I've already answered this question. I think it also depends on the
What's
age of
the
the
answer?
woman. Right now, where I'm at, because I'm 21, I would prefer actually to be a part of the building. I think watching a man, go through that and being a part of that process, I think it also can create a bond together. I do think you guys would go through difficult times, but when you make it out of those difficult times and you make it out at the end, I find a lot of value in struggle. So, when you can go through that together, and then in the long run, like when you see couples like, we've been together for like 36 years and 72 years when he was broke and now we're billionaires, like I find a lot of value. And to me, I think there was a lot of drama, love, hatred moments, and I think at the end of the day, if you're able to come out of that, I think there's a different win than maybe somebody.
I think
who
you just
is
wanted to use
successful.
your grandma voice.
No.
I think you just. I'm just kidding.
No. But I.
Let me hear
stick
it one
with
more
my
time. Let me hear it like.
Oh,
your
we
dream
made it to
life.
63 together, guys. I still love my daddy.
Okay, Tatiana.
I mean, I think it all comes down to like communicating what it is that you want, because you could be with an older guy that still wants to like fuck off, and he's successful, and you could be with a younger guy that wants to get married one day and that's what you want, so I think it just seeing what you guys want, like what's the end goal, and just going based off of that. Like Amy said, like I don't want to have to solve your problems. I want to be like, if you ever doubt yourself, come to me. I will remind you why you're that man and you can figure it out.
Okay.
But I don't want to solve your problems.
So you went with the older guy. Okay, Christy.
I would have to agree with Natalia. I think like building up with someone is really interesting. You get to learn a lot about the person, and it's not so much about one person teaching the other. It's about you guys teaching each other different things from a different perspective and growing into that success together, whether it be a business, whether it be whatever it is that you guys are trying to be successful at. I think there's a lot of power in growing with that person within their own personal endeavors, and it helps you grow with what you want to do. So like me being a woman who wants to have her own form of success, it's nice to do it alongside each other, go through the hard times, learn through the mistakes, talk about it, and then once you reach that success, you guys can have that in the future and be like, damn, you remember
so we
that
have
time?
a second person that wants to build, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that want that dude the easy way.
It depends though, case by case for sure.
Bring us home here, girl.
Yeah, no, I
Do you want the older, more successful guy, or do you want to build with the guy that's your age?
I would love to build with somebody.
Okay.
Yeah, I think age doesn't matter, but I think that if I'm going to build with somebody, they obviously have to have a vision, and they have to like show the characteristics of them like working on that. But if I see that and like I see their potential, but they're actively taking action towards it, I'm like, I got you. Because if you're hitting all the other boxes and like I feel emotionally safe with you and you accept me for me and all of this stuff, then I'm gonna support you and be the woman that you need.
So
to
Troy,
help you grow.
I'm gonna come back to you. I started with you, we'll end with you, and we'll go on to the next topic. Troy, put yourself in your shoes right now. What would you rather?
Yeah.
A woman, your age, okay, that you can build together, or a few years down the line, you're even more successful, even more suave, even more debonair. You have somehow a stronger accent. I don't know how that's going to work. But she's younger and inexperienced, but you coach her. What would you prefer?
Well, that's an obvious answer.
Exactly.
Why?
That's
But
why I
that's
asked
not a
it.
fair question.
That's
You
why
should
I
have
asked
said they're
it.
both young.
That's why I
And-
asked it. Now,
Yeah.
what would you prefer?
No, I would prefer to build something with a younger woman.
Okay.
Because I like that dynamic. I just kind of like that dynamic. I mean, when you talked about maybe liking somebody who's older and who is in that sort of mentorship role, I quite like to assume that role
right.
in my relationship. So that's where I would come at it from.
Okay.
Right.
Respect. I fully agree. I endorse this message.
I endorse this message
Okay.
also.
There's
What
the
if you can
teacher
have
right
both?
there. Teacher-student relationships. Okay. We're going to do one more topic. And before, I think our friend is
I
finally
think she
here.
got here.
Oh,
but,
she arrived?
yeah, but we'll do
So
this
we'll
last
bring her on
topic
in a
for.
sec. So I'll let the ladies decide. Here are the topics we can discuss. Why wives want husbands with hoes.
Oh my God.
That's not true.
The benefits of having a stoic husband. Andrew Tate's clip about are women as strong and independent as they present themselves.
They're not.
Or passport bros, man travels the world. Is he looking for foreign women? Is he pathetic or a modern day philosopher? You guys decide.
Let's do that Tate one.
Tate, what else?
I was thinking maybe.
Passport
We don't really,
bros.
yeah. I don't really don't
Passport
talk about
bros?
passport bros. So I was
Yeah.
thinking
Sounds kinda
maybe
interesting.
Passport
I
bros?
actually don't know what that is.
we
Okay.
don't really talk. I don't think.
Here we go.
No.
Nobody wants the husband with the hose.
I mean, that would
I
make
mean,
sense.
I would actually
I mean,
we should do that one.
Let's
That
do
one would be
that
more
one.
I'm ready to
interesting.
argue
Let's do
that
husband
one.
with hose.
The
That's a no.
Right.
Yeah, because I just
Listen,
don't,
I'm
that's
here to
not
please.
true.
I'm here to please.
What is behind the hoe?
We know.
Then you
We
want
know.
Multiple hoes, I will change my wig.
So,
like, there you go. You can have
Here's the
whatever
deal.
one
It's a
you
quick
want.
clip. We'll react to this clip. We'll have this conversation before we have our last topic of the day. All right. So here's a clip of a husband and a wife. These guys gone viral multiple times. Here you go.
No,
Nope.
not this one.
Next one. This one.
Oh, the
volume.
at the
Volume.
bottom. Yeah. Yay.
He doesn't have any hoes. But like, why? Am I competing for a position nobody wants?
Darth Vader was real? How many followers do you have? Probably a lot.
Hi.
You know what I was just thinking?
Oh, I know he doesn't have any hoes.
Okay.
But like, why? Am I?
So she asked the question, am I competing for a position nobody wants? So it's famously said that, a high value man is a man that every other man wants to be and who women want to be with, right? So this comes down to a man with options, a man with experience. So, ladies, would you prefer to be the only guy, only girl that your guy is talking to? The only girl that your man is talking to? Or would you prefer that he's talking to a bunch of girls but picks you?
No.
Okay. Tatiana, go ahead.
Why would I want to be with I get it. In the beginning, you're going to be talking to a zillion people. That's fine. But, if I'm just with you and I'm committing to you, I'm expecting the same.
Okay.
It's like she said, she's like, oh, am I competing for a position that nobody wants? No, maybe it's the position that nobody can have because he doesn't give it away. So it's like,
No, guys will give it away.
No, but I
That's
mean,
not-
I'd rather have a
That's
guy.
not the
I'd rather have a guy that's unreachable than a guy that's reachable by everybody else and I'm just waiting to get picked. No, that's the case.
Okay, I guess my question is this. Do you want a guy who has a bunch of girls that he's dealing with and then he selects you, or you're the only girl?
But doesn't it start that way? You're
I don't know.
talking
Slow
about
jam.
No matter which way you put, do we want a bunch of women on the roster? The answer is going to be no. We do not want that. If it happens, it happens. We do not want that.
You do not want what?
I don't want a man that can pull more women.
You don't
Wait,
want a man.
Do you want that based on your security or based on the fact that that's something that
Because
you don't
I
want?
don't-
Because generally a guy who can have multiple women is a man who has multiple attractive qualities.
Obviously, but what I'm saying is I don't care for if he has other options. If he makes it clear he wants me, obviously that's what most women want. You want that. You don't want to walk in the house and your man just told you he just went on a date with somebody else.
Of
do
course,
you?
not like that. That's not. That's
Okay,
not.
so
I don't
that's
feel like
the
that's
end
how
of
the
the
question was
conversation.
presented.
What are you trying to say exactly?
I'm just saying that, when you look at evolutionary psychology and biology,
Here it is.
yes,
Whoa.
a man who is highly favored, who has multiple options, when you are selected, that does a thing to your brain on a chemical level. So yes, that is what every single woman would select, even if she's denying it right here, right now on the panel. She wouldn't even realize because it's subconscious.
Wait,
But-
I mean,
but-
but
but-
if we're talking about
Oh, shut up.
but having
Pixie, shut.
No.
Pixie, go ahead.
Thank you. If we're talking about evolutionary psychology, if we're talking about what humans have favored throughout most of evolution, it's stability. It's making sure that your partner is there, steady for you, with you, et cetera, et cetera. If he is sleeping around or has a whole bunch of other options that he's going on dates with, guess what? That makes it less likely that he's stable with you. It's less likely he's gonna stay with you long term. If you have children, well, if he's sleeping around, he might have children with other people. Holy shit, what are you gonna do then? That brings so many more complications. People want stability. That's why most people do, when you look at the studies, when you look at YouGov's the statistics, say, hey, you know what? I prefer a monogamous relationship because less people, less problem, less hoes, less problems.
Okay, I hear what you're saying, but maybe that's not. Why is the lady in the video saying the words, am I competing for a position that nobody wants? Walk me
But
through
that's
her
like
mindset.
before
Is
you're
she like
committed.
married? Is she like what's the context?
Yeah.
They're married.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh
Like-
yeah, what the fuck, you better not be fucking around on me. We're married.
Yeah, if we're like dating, I want to know other women want you, because if other women don't want you, that's a sign to me
There it
like
is.
something's wrong, and I don't know what's wrong. And
Okay.
other
Pre-selection.
women have
There
pre-selected
it
me.
is.
Pre-selection.
But if you
Like-
have already,
Yes.
if we're committed and you've selected
Yes.
me, and you're still all over the
On the
place,
prowl,
you haven't actually selected
I guess the
me.
answer is the pre-selection thing.
Exactly.
Right? Women
100%.
see. So, for instance, I used to be in the nightlife business. Okay, if it's me and one buddy, okay, and 10 girls at our table at the club, and we're having the time of our lives, and a girl walks in and she sees us, versus 4 dudes by themselves with a bottle. What are instinctively you thinking about those 2 dudes with all the women versus the 4 guys by themselves? What are you instinctively thinking, Amy?
With the women, duh.
They're like, how did that guy do that? What's his deal? Now I'm
What does
intrigued.
he have going
But the
on
question
that all
is-
these women wanna be
Biologically.
around him?
Absolutely.
The question
Okay.
is,
Selection
when
is
you're
a
in a
real
stable
thing.
relationship, or when you enter that stage of a relationship,
Yeah.
is he hoeing around or is he not?
No, I'm not talking about cheating. We're conflating
Okay.
2
They're
different
talking
things.
about the
here.
options.
Not even.
Option.
Yeah.
If is he,
You want to know that your guy is not sleeping around, but if he wanted to,
It's
he could.
wanted.
Absolutely.
okay, yeah. If he wanted
You
to
don't
be
want to
single,
have the
he
guy
could.
that's like, yeah, he's my husband, and I know he's not going anywhere because he's fat, he's out of shape, he's past his prime.
Oh, no.
Exactly.
He ain't got that game anymore. He got no Riz. But
Which
that's
is
my
why
husband.
women say they want a guy that I like it when he's chubby. I like a man who's a little bit chubby because you know he ain't going anywhere.
Yeah.
Exactly, they're
That's why
possessive.
you like that
That's
shit.
what they call
honestly.
the cute dad. Troy,
it's
final word.
It's interesting though, isn't it? Because that then they talk about that feeding thing, don't they? When a woman and a guy, you start living together, and then she starts making the big meals, and it's like he starts putting a bit away, and it's like taking
Well, they
him out of
contribute
it.
to it.
They contribute to
Trapping
it.
you with the sandwich.
But there's this idea, but then of course they become less attracted to the guy when that process starts to happen,
Right.
and then they split up.
Right.
Got it. Okay. Bottom line is what? Amy, bring us home.
The bottom line, I mean, I'm not 100% sure. I can't speak for every single person. Everybody's a little bit different. But for me, at the end of the day, like I said, I've been in relationships where I have been either considered equal or the leader in the relationship. It doesn't work out well. It really doesn't. There are exceptions to the rule, but that can never really denote what we should give general advice on.
Okay.
And so far as this question goes, yeah, I'd rather be led.
Got it. All right. Thank you for that great conversation. Men, have as many options as you possibly can. Here's my point. Men, have as many options as you possibly can. Put yourself in a position where you're that dude that dudes want to be and women want to be with, and have options galore. And then now you're doing the picking, you're doing the choosing. You just got friend zone. You just got friend zone. I'm not dealing with her. Not texting you back. But what's this girl's deal? Okay, cool. Now I'll choose her. Versus being the one-itis situation, as Rolo's family has talked about. It's the one girl. Oh my God, I got her. I can't believe it. That girl's gonna break your motherfucking heart.
Yeah.
Done.
Absolutely.
Okay. Next topic here. Is our friend here yet? There's one girl that was late, as we all know. And she's finally here. What the hell was wrong with this girl?
2 hours
Okay.
later.
2
I love
hours
that.
later. By the way,
Is she here?
Can we read the chats first?
okay, do some super chats. Go ahead.
Let me see. Okay. So we have, let's start over here. Okay, Don Juan Plagas, 0. Trello, if you met Angela, don't run away like MLD. Don Juan Plagas also said, market is not brutal. Stop making it worse for Francis. Then we have DL saying, I really want to know your podcast. Shout out to you for the biggest chat today, $100. Salute to Adam, Nat, and Troy. Great show. Shout out to Slow Jams. I see you, love. I'll be in Miami soon. I will pay Valuetainment a visit. Keep leading from the front. We will. We appreciate you. Then we have Don Juan Plagas 0. Nat, can you please give shout to Duke the Don? Then we have, I'm not sure who that is. Then we have Don Juan Plaga 0. Shout out to Alex PWF, the realist in the game. He did street interviews. Most people meet him in person rather than social media. Cold approach plus social circle. Then we have Fighting Dog. You use the dating app so girls on there can see your face. Then when you go out, they really approach you, especially if you play off numbers. Then we have Fluzzer. Shout out to traditional Muslim women, Sinia and Icy. And we have Affy Kingdom, International King Affy. Shout out to my international brother, Troy Francis. He's the real deal. Salute Adam and the panel. Blessings, chat. Thank you, guys. Then we have Crypto Keeper. Gotta love the Spanish accent. Adam does. 10 out of 10 funny.
Respect.
Then we have
See, Bobby, whatever you want.
then we have This Is Why We Need to Keep Nat Every Time. Shout out to you, Crypto Keeper. Then we have Arrows for Just Money. We appreciate you $5. That adds up. And then I want to make sure we don't have any more. Let me just check before. Awesome. Well, thank you for the super chat so far. Make sure you guys subscribe, like, do all that fun stuff. We're almost at 200K, so be a part of the fam and subscribe.
Yeah, big party.
Yeah.
I don't, like, if a girl actually showed up an hour and a half late to
You
a
shouldn't
podcast,
let her on.
Should I let her?
No.
Don't?
I wouldn't. But that's up to you.
Just do it to see what she has to say.
All right. All right. What's her name again? Vincenza? Bring the
What
girl.
a name.
What a weird.
She can explain herself.
Yeah, explain yourself.
I mean, if she sucks, can we give her like an extra hard time?
Oh, it's raining out?
Damn.
Sorry.
Well, that's what she gets for being late.
Oh, hey. What's up?
Wait.
So is this on? I'm sorry that I'm late. My stylist and hairdresser doesn't know how to drive in the rain.
Oh my God.
Dumbass.
Is the mic on?
Is this on?
Wait.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hi,
girls.
baby.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Careful.
Oh God.
Don't.
Hi.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
You're 2 hours late.
It's her fault. Stylist doesn't know she can't drive in puddles and stuff, but it is what it is.
Do better.
Yeah. How you guys? Yo, Adam, can I just say one thing right off the rip?
Yeah.
First of all, hi to everybody. Thank you. The best feeling as a woman is coming on the panel, and right when you walk in, you realize you're the hottest one. So thank you. So yo, thank you, winner, right? Winner.
This is
winner.
Winner or wiener?
Winner. But let's have
wiener.
respect, though. Seriously, have respect.
Yeah. Close your legs.
Where's Joey? Did he book
This?
this
Yeah.
guest?
Guys, honestly, like have respect though, because I drove. We've been driving for hours, and just have some respect. I know you guys are trying to be funny and
And you
everything,
couldn't
but-
shave?
Can you close your legs, please?
Yeah,
Couldn't
if you
shave?
don't-
No, keep them open. I'm enjoying the smell.
Smells like fish in here.
Okay,
Now it's hate. Now it's hate.
So
Okay, I
just
take my
give me your
shoes
name,
off.
please.
Vincenza.
Vincenza. Okay, we gotta talk to the book. By the way,
Jesus Christ. Can we hit that
But,
button?
so I
Okay,
appreciate
just
again.
let
I
me-
think for having it like you. I watch your show religiously. Amazing show. You have all points of view. You've never had a trans anything ever.
That's
so finally, to all the trans out there, let's go, baby. To all my girls.
okay.
Crickets.
Yeah. Thank you.
I've never. Yeah, I guess not. Well, to be clear, sometimes there's girl like Amy's been on the show before,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, she's
Troy,
cute, whatever.
I met him at
Troy's
the CME.
awesome accent, sexy.
I've met Jamie before multiple times. Slow Jams has been there, but then like I've never had Tatiana on the show. I didn't know what you looked like. I just knew your name was Tatiana. Pixie. All right. I'm not gonna lie, dude, man.
No, wait, hold on, Adam. I'm being dead serious. Don't do that.
Yeah.
I may. It's not. Like, are you being funny?
No,
It's
no,
not funny.
I didn't know what you looked like.
Okay.
So-
then have your Joey, whatever his name is, do research. But can we like just move on off of the?
Okay, so
yes.
This is my girl.
Okay,
This looks like a
Can I say one thing?
yeah, just
Let me go right
explain
up.
your situation.
First
I don't
of all,
like.
I make my own money. I'm
Okay.
single right now. But
Doing
we're
what?
talking about modern day women. They got the game completely messed up. Guys, today, I'm pretty sure, Troy, they don't want these BBL, fake lip, bullshit. Trans is the new trend. And I'm telling you right now, fun fact, all the dudes out there, all the alphas that walk around like, those are the most undercover brothers. Like, you guys had Zerka on your
Yeah,
show?
of course.
I've been hooking up with Zerka.
What?
What does that
Zerka's
Zerka?
right.
Can you see
There's
that?
no way.
What does that say?
Zerka told me.
Zerka?
No way.
I slapped
Stop
it.
it.
I'm gonna go on the
slapped
record
it.
and say there's no
Yo,
way that's
hold
true,
on,
bro.
Keep looking, look
Liar.
at that. All up in.
Yeah.
All up and look at, listen, hold up, look at this. Look at
Wait, what? The fuck is happening?
I'm not too
all
sure.
up on me, bro. And listen, Destiny, he's not an alpha, but I hooked up with him.
Yeah.
Can I just say one thing? Shout out to Destiny, the most non-eventful sexual partner. He just,
Fine, so you know
he's
Destiny
just
too?
laying
Oh,
there.
Jesus.
It's horrible.
Last night was
Okay.
Shout out to
What was
Destiny,
it?
but
What?
The Matrix.
yeah, whatever. I'm not trying to put them on blast, but those are always the ones that always talk the most trash. They're like, yeah, always suspect people are those
Yeah.
people.
Well, number one, I no offense.
Yeah.
My
Zerka told me he was gay.
No
so.
offense, my friend. I
He
don't.
said-
I don't
no.
necessarily believe
Gay
you.
that's an
Yeah.
understatement.
I know they say
He's
believe all
pansexual.
women. Believe all women.
Yeah.
I don't know
It's
if that's
not a
true or
woman.
not.
That's not a woman.
Sir, that's
What do you mean?
pretty
That's a
easy.
sir. Look at his
What,
beard.
how do you identify?
He's
what are
sharing
you?
boxers
Smell
with his
pussy
brother.
from here.
Hold on. Hold on. What's her name? What's your name?
My name's
What's
your name.
Vincenza, bitch. What's
Yeah,
your name?
your name
What's
looks
your
like
name?
Vincent.
This is Natalia.
That's what your
Don't
name
disrespect.
is.
Listen.
Okay.
With the word, listen, because that's transphobia, okay?
Yeah.
And trans people get hurt. Thank you,
Transphobia.
Jamie, right?
You're in
Jamie?
a beard.
Like,
Yeah.
don't,
Heels.
let's not start this, because I'm not driving in this shitty ass weather.
Honey, usually people who are actually suffer from gender dysphoria have a desire to switch to the opposite gender. Why the fuck is your beard protruding out of your fucking face?
because
I just want to say that.
If you were
But
gonna
you're full on fucking
if you
beard.
First
actually
of all, this is coming from a girl who
I'm not
loses her-
talking about
First
this
of all,
day and age. I ID based off what I want to ID on. Bitch, if you actually felt gender dysphoria, why the fuck is your beard growing out of your face? Did you know what? That actually beard removal is the cheapest part out of the fucking
Bitch, razors are
conversion part.
expensive.
Did you know?
At least, hold on. She has an accent.
Is he
that
trolling?
disappears.
Is he trolling?
She had an
No,
accent.
this is a joke,
She
guys.
has an accent.
Are you wearing a
Hold on, for all the people watching, she had an accent for half the show, then it disappeared. Bitch, where are you from? Australia or Australia? I don't know where the fuck
Your
she's from.
balls is hanging
But, all right,
out. Your
let me get
balls
to
is
my
hanging out,
point.
buddy.
Let me get to my point. Jealousy is a motherfucker, because guess what? Guys that want me, a hot ass bitch, they get the both the best worlds. You know why?
Why?
We fuck. Then we'll watch the game, and I won't talk to it like her ass probably would. Just yapping the whole game. I know to shut the fuck up. Can't even be quiet. I know how to do it because I'm a real ass
Okay,
woman. I
can
know
I,
what men
can I
want.
just, let me just, this has gone off the Richter scales.
I got the RIZZ. That's what y'all were talking about?
Nobody, you got some jizz.
Adam
That's what you
Sosnick.
got.
Yeah.
You're cute as hell, too.
I mean, his RIZZ
I'm
is through the
taking-
fucking
thank
roof,
you.
man.
Thank
But
you.
this is how you
Thank
get
you,
women.
bro. Thank you.
I want to understand something. Can I ask you a few questions?
Yes.
Okay.
But be
'cause
don't.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm just
Can you
gonna
at least
be.
put a voice or
Yeah.
something?
No, just allow me to host a show, guys. You're right. I've never had a trans woman on. We've covered this multiple times.
I've
Leah
been here this whole
Thomas.
time. I'm just kidding.
I like her. I like
Okay.
her. Right
She
up
talks
there.
too much, but we'll
No, I
work
love
on
her.
that.
Are you a troll?
We've talked about Leah Thomas.
Oh my
We've talked about Dylan Mulvaney.
And Brittany
Right?
Griner, just two trans. Those are all trans women that are killing
Brittany
it.
Griner's not
Brittany Griner's a
trans.
woman.
Get your
She's
facts
a
straight.
real
Brittany Griner's not trans.
No.
Sure, she's not.
No,
Sure.
she's
And she's not a
What?
man.
Your wig is falling off. Your wig is falling off.
Whatever, go.
All right.
Just
here's
haters. but go
here's
ahead.
my question.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't want to be disrespectful.
But you
Okay.
have been, so do you apologize for being disrespectful?
I'm not apologizing for anything. I just want to understand something. Okay, allow me to get my question out there. What are you? Like, what is going on?
I'm a
You have a
trans
beard?
woman. Yeah, hold on.
Yeah.
And why are you so on the beard?
Because women don't a beard. If you're gonna be a trans woman, trans means
Yeah.
you are transitioning.
What is that?
Do you know what
Guess what?
trans
Maybe-
is? It means
maybe-
you're transitioning
Yeah.
into the opposite gender.
Because
Does
the
the
guy
opposite
that-
gender have a baby beard?
This is
No,
this is
they don't.
jealousy.
Okay, you know what? Forget about it. Forget
No,
about
can I
it. Let's
say
let the
one thing?
ladies weigh in.
He
Let's
is a
let the
bigger
ladies weigh in.
I just want to say,
Yes.
I feel like trans people usually wouldn't call other random people trans, and you just stay with Brittany Griner. What's her name?
Yeah,
Brittany Griner.
She's
Yeah.
actually
She's
a woman.
Yeah, no, I think
I wish
like
she
trans
wouldn't be
people
able to play
usually
the different
understand, like, you know,
Misgendering.
outing without knowing the complete information. That's like a very
no
private
idea.
experience. Like
I
just
have
like
no idea.
letting out those like allegations without knowing the person. I think you're a bit. You came in here like.
I mean, you did come in hot, rainy,
Oh, because
wet.
you
We had to pull up a
because you guys
chair.
were talking shit the moment I sat down.
Yeah.
Look at her pussy. Her pussy stinks.
You don't have one.
Hold on.
You don't have
Thank
one.
ladies. I want to let the ladies weigh in. If you
Not her, not that.
No, I want to let the other ladies on the panel.
No, I think.
Okay, hold on. If this person,
Vincenza. What? I'm just an it now.
if she was in
You
the
said it.
bathroom with you,
No.
would that be acceptable?
No.
Would that be acceptable?
No,
Amy, would you be acceptable for her in the
Absolutely
bathroom?
not.
No, any
No.
respectable trans person, and I'm not against trans people being in the bathroom, but I think when it comes to that, it comes down to secondary sex characteristics. If you can fucking pass and you're not making somebody uncomfortable, for sure, whatever, go ahead, each to their own. However,
Right.
if somebody was to walk in with a full-blown beard and a bulge, like, no.
So you're saying passing is acceptable, but not
Well, here's
this.
the thing, because at the end of the day, if
Sounds
Blair
like
White,
you want
if
people to make you feel
I
less.
guess
like
you guys don't know what's going on.
It's inappropriate.
Here's the
People
thing.
shouldn't have to
This
worry
is-
about
this is
trying to
transphobia.
feel
No, it's not.
This is
Trans people,
transphobia. I'm not
trans
trying to hook
people
up.
back in the day used to have a goal of actually transitioning
Yes.
into society versus being like, here I am and fuck what anybody else has to say. That used to be the goal of trans people. And most transsexuals, not trans people, but transsexuals will admit that they would never walk into the opposite bathroom unless they actually pass. It comes down
Amy,
to
let me ask you a
secondary.
question. And can I listen? I'm gonna host this show. We got like 10
You hear
minutes.
that thunder though? That's
Is
God
this-
pissed
is
off.
this
Listen.
real?
Because guess
No,
what?
I mean-
I can go to whatever
I
bathroom
feel like
I want
this
to
is
go into.
me.
Stop it. We're not, you
Yeah,
think we're
if
doing
you
this for you?
identify, then fuck
All right,
it.
listen. The only person that's gonna speak is me, and if I call on you, you can speak. Now, if you
Typical
start
man,
speaking
typical
out
man.
of turn, I'm gonna kick you off the show. Everyone. So, ladies,
Yes.
I'm gonna ask. Don't make me ask you again, please. Let me host the show. I would like the ladies' opinion here. Pixie, would you be comfortable with someone like this in your bathroom? Like, how would you explain this?
Personally,
Yes.
I do not give a fuck about who's in my bathroom as long as they're not watching me piss. That's all I care about.
Okay.
If you're a man or a woman and you're trying to look inside, get the fuck out. I don't give a fuck.
Tatiana, what do you think?
Okay, don't take this the wrong way because it's not directed at you
Careful.
specifically, but I go
Balls
off
are
of
there.
my own personal experience. I used to work at a restaurant and I was in the bathroom. There was a guy, like this
guy.
one, literally in the bathroom. And I'm like, excuse me, like, this is the girls' restroom. He's like, oh, I'm trans. But he was not like,
He didn't look
you're
the part.
lying, you're lying. You
Did
know,
he look
straight the
like
fuck
him?
up. But it's like,
Maybe
like,
they just need a party city wig
Did he
these
look like
days
just
to
like
blend
he
in.
wasn't presenting as a woman at all?
he
you
wasn't
mean?
like, he was presenting it like he wore a skirt, but like that was it. Like, you don't like,
And did he have a beard?
he had a beard.
Oh, that's so
okay,
funny.
all right,
I'm
hold on,
like,
hold on.
okay, wait, I'm not done.
Yes.
So that's why I was like, okay, like it put me in a really uncomfortable position because I don't want to offend you, but then it's like I also feel like you're fucking lying, and I don't. If somebody else comes in here and something happens, God forbid, then it's my fault because I didn't speak up, you know. So I had to go do the right thing to my
Let me
manager,
let
et cetera, et cetera.
Vincenza, with all due respect.
Yes.
You
And I
came
don't
late.
mean to offend you.
Yeah, but I told you I
he-
identify as translate, so then I was on time, Adam.
What trans
So
person would
relax.
say that?
I don't know.
Honestly, what
Okay.
trans person who
Okay.
takes
Okay.
like
Would you
say
do me-
trans
would
Would you do me a
This is
favor?
clout.
Let's let the
Translate.
ladies
Clout.
weigh in who've been here the whole show, and then I'm gonna give you the final word. Is that fair?
Yeah, but do me one favor though. Nat, she kept saying him and dude and guy. I'm a woman, so be respectful. Nat.
Even your deep voice was a man voice.
What?
Shut up. I hate bitches
Slow
like
jams.
this. I
Slow
hate
jams. What are your thoughts? Would you be comfortable with a person like this in the bathroom?
Quickly
Like,
and under
this,
60
I don't understand
seconds.
this situation.
No, I would not be comfortable because clearly there's a sign of discernment that you don't have within yourself and other people. And because I say someone comes in the bathroom, make a commotion because of you, because you're already in this, you know, sometimes people are so far mentally, you don't know what to say.
Confused.
Because you're already there. If someone
Okay.
were to argue with you, it would be a social experiment that go down in the bathroom, and then I don't know.
Gotcha.
So it's just
Not all right.
hazardous.
Christy.
The truth of the matter is there's been a lot of assaults and a lot of people who have gotten hurt, especially like young girls, whether it be in schools or whether it be in prisons, because people are impersonating being trans or taking advantage of the situation. That's a very slippery slope and it started with the whole bathroom situation. Yeah, so
Exactly.
So I
right.
just feel like
Will you help me pee?
I just feel like I don't feel comfortable, and if I
Got
had
it.
a daughter or something, I wouldn't feel comfortable with them.
Got it. By the way, I want to get
No
some of the
offense,
guys'
but-
perspective here. Okay, Malik, you've been quiet. You're a dude.
Yeah,
Like-
Malik.
Boy, cute dude.
This your
Let's be
homeboy.
real.
I mean,
Malik's cute.
he's got the RIZZ.
Malik's got the Riz.
Malik,
you.
is there anything that you want to add to this?
Help.
Ooh. To be honest, there has to be some type of like disconnect there, like for you to like
What do
really.
you mean? What does it mean by disconnect?
You gotta be logical. You gotta like make some type of sense out of like this whole thing that you got going
So
on.
he's identifying as a woman. You don't think he's a woman?
Look at him.
I identify as a 40-year-old Jewish man.
Right.
A white Jewish
Hey,
man.
L'chaim.
You trying to take my job?
L'chaim.
I
I'm just trying to
identify
be-
as a 25-year-old cool black guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we just switching roles
There
here?
you
How
go.
does it work?
I'm a strong black
That's all
I don't
woman,
know.
too.
Troy, I don't know what, I mean, London, you hear things all the time. Like Tate, when we had the interview, he's like, London's a shit show. It's a stabbings. It's woke.
Yeah.
What is going on in London these days?
in regard to trans? I mean, well, I'll say one thing. There's a lot of trans people in central London, in particular. There's a lot of trans people now. I think the issue. I mean, let's take the trans side of things out of here. I mean, you, with due respect, you know, you came in a bit late. Your energy is, it's a little bit.
I apologize. It was her fault.
Your energy is a little bit confrontational, a little bit aggressive, and I think that might be at the root of some of the, you know, some of the suspicion here.
Well, when I walk in and she's calling me a dude, and people are like, "Who cares about my beard? If I say I'm a woman, I'm a woman. Period."
You got some beauty in your beard.
What is a woman?
Wait. What is a woman?
Yeah, what is a woman?
If I say that, listen to me. What happens is in here, and what happens in here. I'm a woman. I was a woman born in the wrong body. I'm a woman.
Okay.
Period.
What's
the problem?
What makes
and
you
guess
a woman?
What? If I'm gonna go in a girl's bathroom, these girls are acting like I'm gonna try to do something to y'all. None of y'all are even hot enough for me to even think about doing some stupid shit. I'm not being that. You're hot. You're fine. Now that I just saw your face.
Just to be clear, what is a woman? Like I don't.
Me.
Why?
I think that these are
Wait.
women. Yeah,
Why?
Pixie.
Okay,
Well, because they talk softer and they shave.
I don't give a fuck that you say you identify as a woman or whatever. What I give a fuck about is that you came in here like an hour and a half late, started making jokes about like trans black, trans late. There's people who actually suffer from like being trans, like dysphoria, all that shit, and here you are cracking jokes about it. That makes me doubt you.
You're trans.
not.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, exactly.
Listen.
So why are you treating it like a fucking joke?
It's not a joke because
We
you
gotta
guys are
wrap up.
talking shit.
We gotta wrap up here in a
Let's
second.
use our
Okay,
indoor
just
voice.
real
This
quick.
person
Nat,
is
is there anything
trolling.
that you wanna say? All right.
No, shave your
Okay.
beard, buddy.
This person is
So,
trolling.
I mean, look. Here's the reality. Here's how I see it.
It's
I mean,
exfoliating.
no offense.
Give me your reality. And by the way, it's thunder again because the
Okay.
God's waiting for your stupid shit.
I
that's just
host a
Florida.
show.
Yeah.
All right. It's me. Obviously, Nat's here.
Yeah.
She's a female. I like a female
A real
perspective.
female.
Okay. And?
Okay. I have special guests on. Troy, he's a man, he's established, he's doing his thing. And then I always like having lovely ladies here because I like their perspective. We see things, we might not see eye to eye, but the whole intention here is to come some form of agreement. Like, all right, men think this, women think this, here's where I think, here's the thing. And then we want the audience to like come out better served for it. And we want them to learn, but we also want them to be entertained. That's why it's valuetainment, okay? By the way, please subscribe. Anyway, you, my friend, Vincenza, like, you're not even trying. You have a beard.
Wow.
Like,
Okay. Your true colors are coming.
Is that a wig? Do you have real hair?
And get to your point.
Like, all right, I guess here's my point.
Go.
What? Now,
Where are you going?
Okay.
Oh, weird.
I guess here's my ultimate point. I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't know how this works. Have you chopped it?
No, Adam. No, I haven't. Because I'm not fully there yet. It's
So
a
you have-
decision. So when I'm with a dude, I hook up with
Because
the dude.
I see your package.
Yeah,
dude.
and do you have a problem?
So,
I don't.
Get the fuck up. No.
Dude,
Fuck
you're
you,
fucking
dude.
dude,
Fuck
bro.
your show.
Really? Guys,
The only
You
cool
have your
chick.
dick-
She's the only cool one. Yeah, all y'all can suck my dick.
all right, get the
Bye.
fuck out of here, bro.
Disgusting.
Get the abs.
Thank
Mike,
you. Thank
get
you
this-
so much for doing that, Nat. Oh my God, that was
What the
disgusting.
fuck?
Yeah.
That
Okay.
was the most disgusting
Rude.
display of. Oh my God. Thank
Rude.
you, Nat.
I don't-
Thank you.
Can we have a meeting after this and talk to Joey about? I mean, we got to do a better job vetting the booking. I mean, we have room for 10 people on a panel.
This balls in my
Okay, hear me out. We have room for 10 people
was
on a panel.
disgusting.
You know that it's going to be maybe 1 or 2 guys because they're very selective with the guys. And the women, we want to have beautiful, smart, opinionated women to have these conversations. Like, what the fuck was that, dude? Okay, can we do better than that?
Yeah, let's do better.
I'm sorry about that, guys. All right, let's turn this down. Anyway,
Wow.
you guys let me know in the chat, like, what the hell was that? Okay, I don't know.
Yikes.
Like, I've seen some trans women before, I guess.
And
but
you made a
that's-
very
That's what I
valid
said.
point.
No,
Yes.
I literally, when it comes, like, I get it. There's people who actually suffer from gender dysphoria. And
Yes.
even if you're completely against that from a religious or ideological perspective, if there is someone who suffers from that medical disorder, then they're the first ones to get fucking laser hair removal.
Yes.
That's the first thing. It's the cheapest thing you could do in your transition. So
Got
if
it.
someone is showing up, fucking Party City wig, full beard,
Party City wig.
trying to tell us about,
Okay.
you know, freaking
women
gender
are-
theory.
All
It's
the
like,
women
no,
who
you're
get the
validated. You are not valid. We don't even need to hear it.
There's people, there's trans women who have trouble passing, who don't pass, whatever. But you know, at the end of the day, they're not going to be like cracking jokes on the expense of
They're still
other
trying.
women.
They're
Yeah,
trying.
they're
Yes.
trying. Or even, let's say theoretically that they didn't try as hard. They're not going to make fun of other trans people. And that's, they made fun of other trans people. They were calling random
obviously
people
there's
trans.
something. Did the guy leave yet? As we walked him out? Okay.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Here's all I want to know.
Super disrespectful.
Because the biggest thing for me, like the bathroom thing, I think is such a small, minute thing. But like, I'm more concerned about like the women in sports thing. Okay, like I have nieces, I have nephews, I have young girls, and like I'm worried that they're gonna compete against someone like that.
It's not fair.
I mean, I don't know if you. That guy was pretty
probably
strong.
not a great swinger.
Yeah. He's right. What?
He's probably not a great swimmer. But yeah, he was quite strong. He looked
Do
quite
you
strong,
think it'd
yeah.
be fair for someone like that to
No.
be on play against
No.
basketball, sports, swimming? Do you think that's fair?
Wait, my
Fully
problem?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hold on. Go ahead, Tatiana. Is
Go
that
first.
fair?
So like,
because we gotta
even-
wrap up in 5 minutes,
so
so
like,
be
even
quick.
if they fully transition, it's like biologically your bones are different.
Mm-hmm.
Like biologically, we're born different. You're born manly, so it's like
Yeah.
we're like a man. So it's like okay, maybe you. I don't know the whole process.
So
of
you're
what it
saying
is.
no?
You could have, but like.
Just say yes or no, guys, because I want to. Like, do you think it's fair? Slow jams?
Hell no.
Hell no.
No.
Okay. Do you think it's fair?
Way more complicated than what we're making it right now. So
If they transition before puberty, maybe it'd be a little bit different, but no one should transition before puberty because that's fucked
you're an
up and
adolescent.
indoctrination.
no, but also, what is
AKA
it?
The answer should
You're
be
gonna
no.
make-
I think it depends on the sport. I think it depends how long they've been on hormones. I think we literally do not have enough scientific data for a cutoff. That's what
So
I'm saying.
everything needs to just be like slippery slope, slippery slope,
Well,
slippery
no,
slope, slippery
no.
slope,
I'm
slippery
saying
slope.
that probably.
It's like we're just playing
No,
trying
no,
to play
no.
a
Please,
swimming
No,
softball match
what I'm saying
here.
is that we're probably not going to have clear data on exactly how long hormones or
Yeah.
whatever like affect each like body. So what I'm
So-
saying is that maybe in 20 years, data comes out that's like, hey, guess what? If
You're-
you've been on hormones for 10 years consistently, there's proof that like your muscle density can go
Goes
lower.
down, right.
Yeah, so it's like I don't think
Copy
we
that.
have enough data yet, basically.
Christy, would you be comfortable competing against someone like that
No,
in
it's
sport?
an unfair advantage.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Jamie?
Jamie.
I'm just thinking about the blunt I'm gonna smoke after this.
Good answer. Yes, good answer.
I you know what? I might join you on that one. Okay.
Let's go.
Troy, what are your thoughts?
I kind of agree with you because I've heard this expressed before, this idea of somebody who has entered puberty as a man and then transitioned afterwards, they then have the physical
Yeah.
advantages. So then that makes it, I think, very unfair in some of these
Of
female
course.
sports.
So it's like, which one is it? So hear me out here. All right, so let's say you transition when you're 21 years old. You've already had puberty. You're a man. Your testicles have dropped. Like, you've got hair. Like, you're a dude. You've developed. Okay, now you're competing against women. I don't know. You guys answer for yourselves. Uncomfortable with this, right?
Unfair.
Right?
Yeah.
Unfair advantage. But at the same time, okay, so you do it when you're 12 years old. Hear me out. So you need to be 16 to drive. You need to be 18 to vote. You need to be 21 to drink. You need to be 18 to serve in the military. Fuck, you need to be 25 to rent a car.
Right.
Okay? You need to be 35 to be a congressperson.
Yeah.
Right? But you can just cut off
Transition
your
at
dick
12?
and transition when
No.
you're 10 years old, 12
Yeah.
years
I'm
old.
not sure if that's like
Seems a little.
Brain
It
isn't
seems a little
fully
backwards to me.
formed.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to learn. This is why I'm asking you guys. I don't know this. I'm a dude that likes hanging out with his buddies, hanging out with hot chicks, and watching football and making money. Like, that's what I do.
I think it just answered your own questions. Like, if you could, you have to wait till you're 18 to vote. You can't buy alcohol till you're 21. This, and that.
Yeah.
But somehow it's okay to transition under the age. Like, that makes no
Yeah, it doesn't
sense.
make
Like, it doesn't take a
Literally
fucking
zero
brain
sense.
surgeon to
Okay.
understand
Troy,
that
final
that's
word, and
not
then
right.
Nat will turn it
Well,
over
I
to
think
you.
I think in terms of that, no, I think that it needs, obviously it needs to be a very considered decision, and I think the person needs to have the appropriate level of maturity. I mean,
Yeah.
to say that somebody can make that decision at that age, I think is ridiculous.
I don't think this is indicative of usually most trans people.
No.
No, I
Okay.
mean until
No.
recent times, but because it has become a machine, it's become a money making
but-
machine.
but as I
There
said-
is financial
Yeah.
incentive
There it is.
right now.
Yes.
There it
There is
is.
financial incentive right
There it
now,
is.
and it's something that has been playing out since the gay rights movement. When something is solidified, what else are we going to be able to derive money from? And it's
Okay.
the trans shit right now. Honestly, it is. People can hate me, they can say whatever, but it's true.
But listen, here's the whole point of what we're talking about here. You disagree with Pixie and she disagrees. That's cool. That's the whole purpose of what we do. We have
Yeah.
open
Right.
dialogue and conversations. The audience can decide who they agree with, disagree with. It's all good. This is the beauty of what we do here at Valuetainment, what I do on my show, the SOSCAST. So I appreciate everyone's perspective.
Yeah.
We got to wrap up. Nat, I'll give you final thoughts if you have any last super chats, and then we'll do the happy ending and wrap up.
Awesome. No, I don't really have any final thoughts. I think Amy hit it right on the head. I think there just comes to a point where there's a deeper problem than just putting a wig on and walking around with a beard and claiming you're a woman. You know, there's more to it. You know, you're free to live the life you want, but when you start pushing it on everyone else and rules have to be bent to accommodate how you feel that day, it just becomes unacceptable.
But to be fair, like Adam said,
unsafe.
I don't think that individual was representative of the trans community because whatever.
But the problem is that there are people walking around that look like that and they represent. They're trying to, and you know what's a shame is that the people who are in that transition and they're going through that process, they're associating with those people, and what happens is that it makes that whole community look bad. There's so many LGBTQ people who are like, I'm not LGBTQ. They're good people.
They're literally like denying the movement because of how cringe and fucking disgusting it has become.
That individual, for whatever reason, obviously had a lot of resentment. I seemed like he'd shut up a load of Tranny or something before he came on the show. I mean, he was carrying a lot of anger and had whatever point that he wanted to make, and that's. You know, he was trolling whatever, but that's not representative. I'm just saying, you know.
For sure, that's not.
That's like when you have
here, guys, we gotta wrap up. So
here's
the deal. I appreciate the discussion. Very weird stuff. This is the first time for the here on the SOSCAST, but I appreciate everyone's professionalism. Nat, are there any final super chats?
Yes, I do have some final super chats. Okay, so we'll start with Don Juan Plegacero. Shout out to you. You're in the Child of Time, and you've been giving us a lot of super chats, so we appreciate you. Think the SCAST was lost. Trollo advocates for men that have rotations while he's married to a woman that's older than him. Stop hypocrisy. Hypocrisy.
It's okay, we're
working on it. Uncle Luke, shout out to you. LMAO, the wig is still on the floor, yes, and it's gonna go in the trash after.
I see that.
I'll put the wig on.
Then we have
Put it on.
Matthew J. Lozano. The funniest part is that Vincenza didn't get a joke. They're taking it literal. There we go.
Are you now a woman, Troy?
Are you a woman now?
Troy, are you now a woman?
Yikes.
Is that just as simple as it is? Troy, now are you a woman?
I now.
You have no beard.
I am now a woman.
Okay,
I now woman. Wow, he doesn't know grammar like me.
I now woman.
Yikes. Then we have
a woman with RIZZ.
With RIZZ.
The banks. Beaten Cheeks. The $5 chat is for the future requests. I'll pay Adam $5,000 to never have Pixie on again.
Oh no, I'd love to have Pixie on
I think
again.
Pixie was great. True Trolls. Shout out to Sauce and Nat for the great panel. Nat, your beauty Vincenza was hilarious.
Gorgeous.
W Jamie plus Pixie. Broadway girl fake. Love the rapper. Then we have
Someone
one more.
Chats, loving all
I got an L.
I got some haters.
Got an L.
Then we have Crypto Keeper.
It's a W, not an L.
Then we have Crypto Keeper.
Just wait, Jamie.
Dylan Mulvaney.
Dumb bitch, Jamie.
They be hating in the chat. Crypto Keeper Dylan Mulvaney is charging $40K for a speech on a female empowerment, and it's getting out of hand, y'all. Yikes, that's a disaster. All right, well, thank you guys all for the super chats. We appreciate it. It was great. We had a lot of super chats today, so we appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys subscribe, share, do all that fun stuff, and leave some comments for us. We always like to hear some feedback.
Well, listen, guys, for the newcomers here, we always do what is known as the happy ending at the end. Save the best for last. Happy ending. We all get it. We all been there. Dylan Mulvaney, thank you for being here. Really appreciate that. We'll save Troy for last.
No more wig.
But this is where you can look into the camera, bing, 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 bing. Say your biggest takeaway of the show. Tell people where to find you on the socials, and pay some respect. So, Christy, go first.
Broadway girl fake here. You can follow me at Christy_Prades. Looking forward to seeing you guys.
Okay, Pixie.
You can follow me on PXIELOVE, Pixie Love. I think my biggest takeaway here was probably what happened in the last final moment.
Yeah, I think so. But let's not lose sight of everything that we did do on the show today.
Yeah. Maybe in the future we can go on a deeper conversation with this because there's so many layers to that conversation. But I enjoyed being here. Thank you guys for having me on, and you guys were quite a pleasant class. So thank you for not screaming at me.
Thank you, Pixie. Do you get screamed at a lot?
I get screamed at all the time. It's very
Where?
stressful.
Why? Who? How? Why?
Nice. They're emotional.
A lot of people hate me. They're like, "Oh, this like stupid bitch like believes that woman deserves rights," and I'm like, "Yeah, I kind of do."
Hold on, what? Women get rights?
Yeah, no, there's.
You get to.
Yeah.
What time do you have to go back to your cage? You better hurry up. Okay, but thank you for being on, Pixie. It's all good. Slow Jams?
Hey guys, had an awesome time. You can follow me on Instagram at slow.jams. Go to my website, www.slwjz.net. What I took away from this show, I honestly like how you guys are talking about, the dating apps in real life. If you do not have the sauce, poetically is not going to express in numbers. That's it.
I mean, hello, the sauce. How did I miss that one? Slow Jams, you're welcome anytime.
Yeah.
Okay, Tatiana, thank you for being here for your first time. Yeah, Jamie just put the mat together.
My
The
first
SOSCAST,
podcast
baby.
ever. Thank you for having me.
Thank
I
you.
had so much fun. Very eventful. You guys can follow me on Instagram, Tatiana Katana X, or go to my website, www.tatianaluxuryliving.com for real estate needs. And one thing I want to say to everyone, thank you. Like, it's literally all about respect and listening,
Yeah.
And then you get an example of people coming in high and then blah, 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 and then it kind of turns like sideways. So.
Well, this is
It's literally all
actually
respect and
the
listening.
first time I've kicked someone off the show,
Frank
and then we had
Castle.
someone get so drunk last show that they removed themselves.
Oh, wow.
So I'm 2 for 2 this week.
Nice.
You guys got like 4 seconds left to not get kicked off. So great job, Jamie. I feel like you'll be the one.
I'm like, what does that smell? I feel like I'm craving a Bud Light or something. I think I got a 6-pack waiting for us. No, this has been great. I love coming on, as always. You guys are amazing. Great conversation. And yeah, follow me at The Jamie Lee Show or my podcast, 2 Girls, 1 Blunt. We smoke a lot of weed. We tell jokes. We talk about sex and dating. It's great. So
Okay, class
thanks for
act.
having me.
Amy?
Hey guys, you guys can follow me on, well, actually mostly YouTube is where I really try to go right now. So Amy Dangerfield on YouTube. You can catch me on Instagram at Automate with Amy, like automate is in the word automation. And I'm also on Twitter for those who support free speech. It's Amy Dangerfield, but with 2 Y's in Amy.
Is it your name with 2 Y's?
Yeah, Amy Dangerfield was taken on Twitter.
Oh, gotcha. I forgot
Annoyingly,
about that.
yeah.
It's free speech. We're big fans of that.
We are.
And I love Rodney Dangerfield, so we can do this thing for days.
No respect.
Nat,
My
final word.
thoughts?
I joke with you all the time that you're like
Yeah.
the female Jordan Peterson.
I know, but I think I found my
Oh,
partner in
she's-
crime.
she took the icing on the
That
cake.
was phenomenal. No,
Yeah.
today was a great podcast. I love that we also had some new guests on. I think that's also great to have different perspective and new people on.
Yeah.
I always say you don't know what you don't know. So it's great to have different people on. I think even having the guests that went off was even
Vincenza. It was
an
definitely a woman.
adventurous situation.
Definitely a woman.
But thank you guys for
Yeah.
tuning in. We appreciate you.
All right, cool. Save the best for last. Troy Francis in the house, all the way from London. Spitting game, spitting knowledge. And wore a wig. So respect to you.
Thank you.
You were
absolutely.
definitely hotter than that dude.
With the wig.
With
And
the
no
wig.
We should get in the
beard.
chat
Yeah,
to
with the
vote
wig.
on that, if that's true. I hope so. I hope
Yeah,
so.
as soon as you do that,
Respect.
I'll
Where can
follow
people
Troy.
find you? What's your big message,
Well,
brother?
I think it was the great philosopher John Zerker who first said that trans is like the ISIS of LGBT because you've got to be really gangster to cut your own dick off.
Oh.
Wow.
So,
That's his finishing
Wow.
statement.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So think about that. But anyway, I think the important takeaway from this is that you've got to be out there and you've got to be giving it RIZZ in the real world.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like the apps and stuff, fine. Be on the apps, use the apps as a sideline. But you've got to get your game up in real life. That is to say, you've got to be going out there. You've got to be having conversations with women in real life. You've got to be working on your interpersonal skills, your social skills. And it's not just social skills like, 7 ways to, make new friends and influence people. It's about bringing flirtation and man-to-woman energy into your interactions. Okay, that's the important fucking thing.
Banter.
Banter. Listen, guys. The sauce, the banter, the RIZZ, the vibe, everything all about that.
It's all about, it really is all about the vibe, isn't it? It's all about the energy.
Yeah.
And that's what we teach, guys. So you can find me on YouTube at Real Troy Francis, on Twitter at Real Troy Francis, and also on Instagram at Real Troy Francis.
Respect to you, Troy. And
Thank you
for
very
being
much.
here, bro.
Thank
It was a
you.
great show. One of the weirdest shows we've ever done.
That was odd. That was.
So here's how I transition to the camera. All right, guys. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you all for being here. Nat, Aim, everyone. Here we go. Love you, ladies. All welcome back. Weird fucking show. What you need to focus on as a man, as I always say, are making your money, okay? Learn a game, the RIZZ, and being the best version of yourself and not being a black pill dude that thinks that life sucks and I can't get any better and no women and no nothing.
Yeah.
It's all about self-improvement. There's a floor and there's a ceiling. You might be here, but your ceiling is here. You might be a 3 that can get to a 7. You might be a 6 that can get to a 9, whatever. But there's always self-improvement for men, no doubt. Same thing for women, no doubt. It's a different type of self-improvement. I think we've all agreed, no matter a guy is short, tall, fat, broke, skinny, rich, whatever, that RIZZ, that vibe, that sauce, that's what it's all about.
Sauce.
All right. Thanks everyone for being here. If you haven't subscribed to Valuetainment or here at the SOSCAST, hit that sub, and we'll see you guys next Tuesday for an all money panel, and we'll see if a trans money activist shows up. Save that money.
It's the SOSCAST, baby.